Hi, good day to everyone. This is Zelman with WorldTradingInstitute.com, the number one trading course needs for the equities market. Please feel free, go to WorldTradingInstitute.com to review our courses and take one of our courses with us in the near future. What I want to do today, prior to providing a trading tutorial moving forward, I want to talk about WorldTradingInstitute.com, our educational services, and our tuition reimbursement plan. So for our education services, just bear with me. I have people working on my fire escape today. But with World Trading Institute, the courses we offer are one of the courses we offer is a 2 weeks live trading course from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday for 2 straight weeks, which is a total of 70 trading hours. Okay, 70 hours total. Now, within this time frame, while you take this course, you'll learn a lot of you'll learn a lot of trading styles, trading tactics, how to trade, how to invest, how do you protect your downside, so on and so forth. Now, what this course entails, aside from learning all the products and services that I teach you live in real time, actually as I execute orders while you learn, you will have homework every single night, Monday through Friday. The reason for this homework, I want everything that I taught you to sink into your long-term memory cells, okay? Now you have quizzes every day. I expect you to pass all the quizzes. Maybe not in flying colors, but I want you to pass them. Now, what these quizzes do, it actually helps you and helps me. It helps you because it lets me know that you understand everything that I have thought from when we started to that particular day. Now, why I provide these quizzes, it gives me an idea of where you grasp the knowledge and where you're lacking, okay? So if you're lacking in a certain area, I wouldn't know unless you took a quiz and you couldn't answer that question properly. Now, when you answer that question, and if it's wrong, I can help strengthen that particular area where you're struggling. I want to know where you're struggling so I can help you out. And that's why those quizzes are created for that particular reason. Then there's a final exam. I hope all of you pass with flying colors. However, if you guys do not pass with flying colors, but if you receive 75 or higher, that's good enough to receive a diploma from World Trading Institute stating that you understand how the equity trading markets work. Now, for tuition reimbursements. At World Trading Institute, we offer tuition reimbursements. I believe this is the only trading course educational service plan that offers tuition reimbursements. Tuition reimbursements are as follows. We only educate 15 individuals at a time within the 2 week process. Out of the 15 individuals, 5 will receive a tuition reimbursement of $1,000 or more. Now, I say 5 if there's 15 because it's a third. If there's 10 individuals, well, there will only be 3 people that will receive this tuition reimbursement program. So the more of you, the more of a tuition return program there is for the individuals that take the course. Usually, we're booked with 15. Does it happen where we have 12, 10? It does, but usually we're fully booked every course moving forward. So now the courses work, the tuition reimbursement program works like this. Okay, if the seats are full and it's all 15 of you, the top 5, well, let me just backtrack for a sec. Every individual after completes the 2 week course will be set up. You're not required to, but I recommend it. You guys will be set up on a dummy account similar to the platform we have here. It's all in real time. The only difference is you're trading monopoly money than actual money. And the reason for this is I want to see how well you guys learn and what you guys, what you're able to grasp and use it as on a day-to-day basis or whatever it is, a day trading, swing trading basis, moving forward. I want to see how successful you guys are, and that's why this tuition reimbursement program was created. Okay? Now, the top 5 or a third of the course will receive a tuition reimbursement of $1,000 or more. Okay? Now, who are these top 5? Well, obviously, the tuition reimbursement program is a month long. It starts after your courses are completed. It's 30 days long, and the top 5 that receives the tuition reimbursement are obviously the 5 successful out of the 15. Okay, so we're talking about obviously the percentages and the profits in the account. So if everyone starts off with 50,000 and the highest ones at the end of the day at the end of 30 days with the highest profits will receive $1,000 reimbursement each. There'll be a check mailed out to you guys, and you'll also receive a certificate of achievement of being a top performer within your course. Okay, as well as there's other reimbursement tuition programs within that bracket for the top 5 only. The reason for this is competition. I want you guys to compete with one another. Okay, and the only reason why we offer tuition, the only reason why we have 15 individuals learning in a program, in a course at one time, and not 50, because I don't have a certain amount of time to educate all of you. And I choose 15 because I'm confident enough within 2 weeks, all 15 of you will have the knowledge that you guys need. However, not all 15 of you can receive the tuition program reimbursement. So what I've done was, it's obviously only a third, but I put 15 of you guys together and I teach you guys together, and hopefully you guys communicate with one another, learning the same strategies and the same structures. So for example, if one of you sees something that looks like a potential buy, you communicate with the other 14 individuals, and if majority of them agree, chances are it gave you more confidence in the trade, and you continue that long, and maybe some will jump in and join you. However, you will see something, and it could be a long. You ask other guys and other individuals within the course, and they disagree with you. Well, would that be the right trade to get into? Well, you should know better because you took the course and you learned. I'm not saying it is smart to go against what other people are saying. But like I said, you only trade what you see. Okay? I said that in my several tutorials before. If you haven't viewed them, please view them. And so moving forward, talking about this is why we only educate 15 individuals at a time. You have 14 other individuals to network with as far as trading and investing in the market. And also, you are also in a smaller class where I can actually educate you guys, and it's not more of a lecture, but it's actually an education process that you guys learn. Now, the tuition programs, aside from the $1,000 each, the top 5 will receive out of the 15 individuals, there's other reimbursements for those 5 individuals. For example, the most profitable trades will receive a check of reimbursement, and also will see a certificate stating that you are an individual of the elite within the class that had the most profitable trades within the program. Okay, and there's others. That's just one of many. I recommend you guys go to worldtradinginstitute.com, review our course, and download our brochure. It has our syllabus in there, and the tuition reimbursement program, and what would you guys receive within the tuition reimbursement program with each particular achievement. The reason for this is you guys know what you can get if you're as successful as I predict. Now, out of 15 individuals, only 5 of you can receive a tuition reimbursement. However, I'm just letting you guys know up front. Usually with these courses, there's maybe 2 or 3 outstanding traders. They become outstanding traders out of the 15. It's either you understand it or you don't. It's that straightforward. I would say around 80 to 90% of the individuals that take my course do understand the materials I offer them. And I would say a lot of them, regardless if they continue to trade or not, I would say all of them, do walk out with a lot of investing and trading knowledge, okay? Now, some of the individuals that took our courses are obviously either college grads, most of them are college grads, but some of the individuals are attorneys, doctors, accountants, you know, teachers, and they just wanted to know the markets for themselves. They took a course with us, and I explained to them, my course, they're good for day traders. But I highly recommend everyone that is looking to become successful in the markets not to be a day trader. Reason for this, 90 to 95% of day traders are failures, okay? Don't be that statistic. I'm a swing trader. I was a day trader. I was successful, not by much. But as a swing trader, I'm pretty successful, okay? Trend traders are also pretty successful. Well, I'm not a trend trader, but trend traders are successful as well. Day traders, not really. The reason for that being, well, the market moves very rapidly in several different directions. Well, up and down, 2 directions, but several different times throughout the day. It could take their stop, then go their way, and then they become less disciplined. They don't follow their steps. They hurt themselves. Before you know it, they're out of their money. Okay? So, please, please, if you're looking to learn how to trade, do not look to be a day trader because the risk reward ratio speaks for itself. Only 5% to 10% of traders are successful. Why do you want to be part of or possibly be part of the 90-95% bracket? When you're swing trading, I would say 40 to 60% are successful. However, the trading tactics I teach you, my trading style, you should be correct 70%, 75% of the time at its minimum. And if you're correct 1 out of 3 trades, you pretty much broke even or made some money. Okay? So you only need to be correct a third of the time in the markets to make some money. That simple. I mean, it sounds a lot simple than it really is, but if you take the course, it's simple. Just remember, do your homework, take your quizzes. Based on your homework and quizzes, I know where you're lacking. I can educate you on where you need further educational services. The last thing I want to do is teach somebody and they don't understand it and they walk out with a degree from us, but they don't understand the markets. And they tell people that they received a diploma from World Trading Institute, but they don't understand crap. All right? I have a reputation to keep. And when you decide to take a course with us, I am gonna make sure you understand the markets. All right? That's my promise to you. All right? However, you have to be dedicated. And I'm assuming if you spend $2,500 on the course, you're dedicated. Okay? Nobody wants to throw money for free. Another thing I want to touch on, well, a few things I want to touch on, but if you decide not to take a trading course with us and learn somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. All right? Just make sure it's not a book you learn from or video tutorials that you learn from like this one. Okay? World Trading Institute provides tutorials like this one for you guys to understand what we do and how we educate people and how you can make money and give you guys more confidence in to take a course with us than our competitors. Am I always right as a trader? No, I'm not. I just told you I have about a 70% ratio of every trade. 7 out of 10 times I'm profitable per trade. Okay? The ones that tell you that they're always right and are 100% and they were never wrong, they're lying. Don't listen to them. Go find someone else. Find someone that's actually honest. It's better to learn from someone that's honest than someone's full of crap. Excuse my profanity. Another key point I wanted to share. Please do not buy these algorithm machines that algorithm whatever the hell crap it is. It's a machine. It's a system that supposedly can make you money while you go to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep. Wake up one morning, you find out that you lost all your money and you have margin calls. Do not buy these. I see like I think Spy Bot. I don't even know. There's a bunch of them. They're selling their algorithms for anywhere from like $1,500 to $20,000, and some of them even charge like a $500 monthly fee to use their services. Let me explain something to you. If they create an algorithm that works, you think they'll be selling it to you? No. They'll open up a hedge fund. And if it works, I mean, hey, listen, I'm not saying algorithm trading doesn't work. There are algorithm tradings that work over there. And you know who owns them? Hedge funds. Hedge fund managers, trading firms, they all own successful, profitable algorithm trading machines, okay? The reason for that is they put something together that's very profitable, or that is profitable on the day-to-day or weekly or monthly basis based on the algorithms. You know, there are some out there, but usually not the ones that are for sale. Okay, the ones that have algorithm trading machines that were created, platforms, are the ones that own hedge funds. Okay, these are hedge fund managers. They can show track records of proven success based on their algorithms. All right, you know, if I had an algorithm that I set up and that was profitable, chances are I would be running a hedge fund too. It prints money while I'm sleeping. I could travel around the world. It's not a problem. But if someone's marketing an algorithm system for thousands upon thousands of dollars, they're trying to sell you $1,000 piece of crap and take your money with them because their algorithm piece of crap doesn't work. Just giving a heads up on that. I'm not judging anybody at all. I'm just trying to protect you and your money. Okay? Third thing, when you do decide to trade, and if you take a course somewhere else, or I hope you take an education course from someone, your goal is to not risk a lot of money starting to trade. Let me explain something. When usually, on average, someone that begins to learn how to trade on their own, not with a coach or educator to back them up and teach them the tricks of the trade, they usually on average lose 25,000 to maybe 60,000, 50,000 until they realize what they're doing wrong. Well, why risk that? You can take a course with us for $2,500 and hopefully not do anything stupid or wrong moving forward. People that have been trading previously that are willing to take this course, whatever I teach you guys works. Whatever you learned in your past does not work. That's why you're taking this course moving forward. Please, please, do not bring your bad habits to the table. The novice new beginners that are learning how to trade do not need to learn your crappy habits. Because if they were in so crappy, you would not take a course with us moving forward. Okay? Please, whatever you learned, if you're a trader or have been trading for quite a while, throw it out the door, come in on a new head, pretend like you never traded before. My goal is to teach you a trading strategy that works, not what you have learned. Okay? And I apologize if you hear a little bit banging. I have individuals working on my fire escape today. You know, getting it. They're trying to finish before the winter comes, so you might hear some banging and some scraping or whatever it is. I do apologize. I hope it doesn't irritate you guys as much as it irritates me. Okay, one more subject I just want to touch up, and then we're done. The final subject what I wanted to touch. I lost my train of thought, guys. I do apologize. Oh, the final subject I wanted to touch up is everything I teach you guys works. I've been doing it for 12 years. I'm a day trader. Oh, excuse me, I'm not a day trader. I was a day trader. I'm a trader for 12 years. I've been in the financial industry business since 18. I worked on Wall Street since 18. I'm 32 now. At age 21, I started trading. Okay, so I have 12 years of trading experience. The first 2 years, I was not successful. Okay, I can tell you right off the bat, I was not successful as a trader, and I lost about $60,000 before I actually learned how to make some money. Do not make the same mistakes I made and 90% of other traders that they make. Do not do that. Take a course with myself. My prices are very reasonable. Take a course with myself. If you choose not to take a course with me, that's fine. I will not be upset. It's, you learn, you want to learn, you believe another educational service program is better than my educational service program at World Trading Institute. That's fine. Just make sure you get an education from a proper education service provider. The last thing you want to do is learn from somebody that's been trading for 2 years, okay? If someone is educating you on how to trade the markets and doesn't have years of experience, chances are they're not doing well. Or they could be doing well, excuse me, let me take that back. However, they don't have enough experience. They haven't seen it all. They've been doing it for only 2 years. Now, if someone's been doing this for 40 years, who am I to say he doesn't know what he's doing? I mean, I've been trading for 12 years. I've been in the business for 15. So, I've seen a lot of different things as a trader, a lot of different trades. I've seen the markets move when the markets was crashing, when the markets were popping, when the markets were choppy. I've seen it all. I've seen several different dozens, hundreds, maybe even 1,000 different patterns form. And I can right now even predict some patterns that are going to form because I've seen it done several times in front of my face. So I recommend you guys to do the same thing. Now, I'm not sure if I touched this subject, but I will state this again because I am not sure. I like to talk a lot, okay? I'm sorry. But I guess you're a good educator if you like to speak your mind and you like to talk so people could understand. So what I want to just say real quick, if you know how people, when they go to a store, they buy something, right? They see something, they buy it. Don't buy a stock based on another one's opinion without your own views, okay? You need to view it yourself. For example, you go to a fruit store or you go to the supermarket, whatever it is. You go buy some fruits. Would you buy old fruits, fruits that are spoiled? Probably not, or vegetables, whatever it is. No, right? You won't do it. You look for some fresh ones, who wants spoiled fruits and vegetables? Would you buy milk that's about to expire in 2 days? Probably not. Would you buy a car by looking at a TV commercial prior to going in it and test driving it? Probably not. Would you buy a house or a home looking at a magazine without even looking at, those home builders magazines or whatever, without going in there and looking at it with your own eyes? Probably not. So when a stockbroker or an advisor or an analyst gives you a call and say, hey, John Doe, take a look at XYZ. It's going to explode. Trust me, I've been a broker for 15 years. Keyword, guys, keyword, broker. What's a stockbroker? What's a real estate broker? What's an insurance broker? If you guys don't know it, I'll tell you. It means they have a license to sell you something. doesn't mean it has a license to make you money. It means they know the rules and regulations. That's it. They know the rules and regulations to sell your product, and excuse my language when I say this, but to possibly fuck you. My apologies for my profanity. And I'm sorry for any ladies that listen to this, but I'm just being dead honest. I worked on Wall Street for so long, and I seen a lot of crap people sell people, and I tell them this stock is going to lose half of its price in about 3 months from now, and they tell me I don't know what I'm talking about to shut up because they want to make their money and they want to go home with a check that pays their bills. And I'm being honest because I've seen it done dozens, if not dozens, hundreds of times before. Okay? So don't listen to a broker. Brokers only have a license because they are allowed to sell you an item because they understand the rules and regulations. That's it. They don't understand how to make you money. All right? They don't know this. This is not their job. This is an analyst job. All right, so an analyst goes to a broker. Hey, XYZ is going up. There is support at these levels. Let's protect our client's downside and put a stop order 50 cents below its current market price, because if it hits that price, it's going lower. Have you ever had a broker say that to you when they recommended you XYZ or anything else? Probably not. Okay, so think about it. All right, sit there and think about it. Who are the real movers of the market? Who really understands how to trade the markets? My friends, it's not stockbrokers. It's not financial advisors. It's traders and market analysts. Okay? Traders and market analysts go hand in hand. Okay? I consider myself a market analyst. I'm a trader. Okay, they to me mean the same thing. The difference is one executes orders either for themselves or for the company's behalf. That's a trader. And then there's a market analyst, someone that predicts the movement for the company's behalf or their clients and execute the orders. That's the difference. That is really the difference. That's it. Anyone else aside of an analyst or a trader doesn't know diddly squat about the market movements throughout the day and throughout the coming days. Okay? I just want to leave it at that, and I hope I did not insult individuals that are that were planning to take this course that are brokers. But I'm sorry, just speaking the truth. Do not want to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just trying to protect people's assets. Okay? A trader likes to protect his and her assets. That's what they do for a living. They protect their assets and they capture assets. You want to be profitable? Capital preservation is key to success. If you can't capture profits and you can't execute an order for a profit, you will never be successful. Warren Buffett's 2 rules. He has 2 rules. Rule number 1, capital preservation. You see, I can't even say capital preservation. Okay, that's rule number 1. His second rule is do not forget rule 1. That's the only 2 rules he has. Look at him. He's Warren Buffett. Is he 100% of the time? No, no one is. He can tell you he lost on a couple of trades. He's not going to lie. A liar will tell you they never lost. Warren Buffett loses sometimes, but he knows how to capture his profits. Okay? Let's see. What else we have to talk about? I think that's pretty much it. I think I touched a lot for today. It's roughly 22 minutes. I've been talking about, almost 30 minutes. I've been talking about World Trading Institute, Trading Smart, I can't even say capital preservation. But now I'm going to say capturing profits. How's that sound? Okay? So moving forward, we got to take a look at how to profit. Now let's take a look at the market. Let me explain something to you before we show the market. Market's very choppy and trades on a downward trend, but it continues to have triple-digit up moves and then triple-digit down moves to follow. Then triple-digit up moves, then triple-digit down moves. 2 days ago, the market was down 200 plus points. Yesterday, it was up 200 plus points. Today, it's probably down 200 plus points. Let's just take a look at the Dow. Well, let's go over here. Let's see if we see Dow Jones. There it is, Dow Jones. And it is down 244 points. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. Why am I not surprised? Because this is what the market has been doing for the last 2-3 weeks or so. So let's take a look. Okay, here, look. Down 243 points. Yesterday it was up 200. You see? Well, this is the last 7 days. Let's go to the 14 days. You see? So you have to be careful with your longs and shorts. Your stop orders during this market condition needs to be really, really tight. Why? Well, if you're on the wrong side of the trade in this market, you're on the wrong side of the trade. So if you're long, you should place your stop order at the very first, just below the very first support level. If it takes you out, it takes you out. Reason for that being? Well, look, the market's down 240 points. Now, if you was shorting this, you should put your stop order at the first resistance level. Reason why? If it would have stopped you out, it probably would have went higher. The fact that it hasn't stopped you out, it's crashing, you're making money. Okay, so during this market, you need to have tight stops. Don't have them loose. You only want loose stops when the market behaves normally. It's not behaving normally. The market's in a downtrend. However, you see triple-digit moves going both ways pretty much every day, if not every day, every other day. So you need to take into consideration what the market is going to do coming into the near future and how you should position yourself. To position yourself in these days is tight stops regardless if you're long or short. If you notice, you see a large up day, then large down day, another large up day, then another large down day. You'll see it down for the day mostly, then it'll return, make most back of its gain, so on and so forth. But nevertheless, it has huge triple-digit swings every single day, or almost every single day. Now, what I'm looking at, I apologize for yawning. Oh God, I'm so sorry. But what I'm looking at right now, you notice Amazon before on the left before I switched into Dow. I have Ford Motors here. It looks like a piece of crap. But now I'm looking at SodaStream. And SodaStream is very intriguing to me just because of this. You see, a couple of days ago, SodaStream collapsed, and it's been collapsing prior to for quite a while. Let's do a 200-day. All right, so SodaStream collapsed. A lot of investors bought on the rumor, expecting out a buyout from, Samsung, maybe General Electric, or maybe even soda or a beverage company. SodaStream is a product where you can actually have soda come from your refrigerator rather than buying bottles of Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Right? So, you know how we have water and ice coming out of our refrigerators? You can actually have soda coming out of the refrigerator, and that's what SodaStream is about. And they also have like little, you know how you have coffee makers, so they have like little SodaStream makers as well with SodaStream. However, a lot of investors assume that there was going to be a buyout from somebody, a big company, maybe a soda beverage. However, that didn't happen, and investors just lost, for crying out loud. I'm going to hang these people. They got to work. I really understand them, but I'm doing a recording right now. And I really hope this doesn't bother you guys like it's bothering me. So, SodaStream was oversold. Let me just walk away from the computer so I can speak more clearly from them scraping my fire escape. They're preparing my fire escape for the winter. And I do apologize once again. So, a lot of investors bought on the notion on buy on the rumor and sell on the news for SodaStream. However, You know, it was just a rumor. A lot of individuals thought there was going to be a buyout from a leading beverage or refrigerated company like Frigidaire or Samsung or General Electric or Coca-Cola or Pepsi. You get the gist, right? However, that never happened. Some investors got really upset, exited out of the position, and this is where SodaStream is right now. Now SodaStream is at very low prices. I'm pretty sure a couple of eyebrows are being raised with these companies like General Electric, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and I wouldn't be surprised, if this rumor becomes stronger now, because it's pretty much half the price when a lot of these rumors of a buyout prediction was forming. It's half the price now. It seems like it stabilized yesterday. This could be a long moving forward. So this could be something interesting to get into. So what I want to do is, remember everything, I'm just giving you the heads up. You see, this is today. This is today. This is all what it's done today on the 10-minute, right? This is from 9:30, and right now it's 12:20. So you see resistance here, and this could be it could be resistance, not resistance here, but we also have a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3, right? That's just today. Let's go to one day. You see support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. All right, so let's look at what we have here. We have a low over here. We have a higher low over here. We have a higher low over here. We have a higher low over here. About the same. We have a low high over here, a higher high over here, a higher high over here, and not so much. So now it's in this trading range, right? Let me just, we already got the guideline out. I just showed you. This is this trading range between these two lines. Okay, so let me just back it up. Let's do a 60-minute real quick. You see this? Trading range, trading sideways. This could be a bull flag right here and continue its upward move. So what I want to do, with the market crashing already 265 points right now, with the market at this level, roughly at 1222, I'm going to make a ballsy move and state that SodaStream is a buy just because the market collapsed and SodaStream has been trading sideways all day. Okay, that's only down 20 cents. I mean, it's down for the day, but compared to the rest of the market, I mean, come on, SodaStream is down, what, less than 1/3%, where the market's down almost 1.5%. So I'm betting on SodaStream. SodaStream looks good. We're longing SodaStream at 21.11. All right, so 21.11, SodaStream is a buy at 21.11, and we're gonna place our stop order. And I do apologize for that banging, but there's nothing I can do. They have to prepare and fix everything before the winter comes. And our stop order for that, let me just get out of this guideline. Our stop order is the low of yesterday, which is 20. Oh, the low is 2020, so a penny below that at 2019. So what we're risking, roughly 90 cents a share or so, right? Just about 90 cents a share. But our upside potential should be at least 2.5 times. So we're looking at, let's say, about $3 a share. These guys are killing me. I do apologize if you hear that in the background. So a minimum of $3 a share we're looking for. However, we're not going to put our order to sell for $3 a share. What we're going to, at $3 higher than the current market price, what we're going to do is we're going to trail our stops out until it takes us out, right? Or unless it moves very rapidly in our favor in a short period of time. For example, if something moves up 25% in that day, a stock 25% movement, please take money off the table, or take at least most of it. Okay, now if it moves maybe 3% for the day or 4% for the day, no, trail it up. you know, keep trailing up your stops until it proves you wrong, right? And this is how swing traders and trend traders are very profitable. Day traders, not so much. Okay. Reason for this is because day traders keep churning the account. They enter 10 trades throughout the damn day. I mean, you know, they probably spend at least $100 to $200 on ticket charges for the day. I mean, who? I'm not spending $200 on ticket charges for the day. I'd rather enter one trade. It'll cost me $5, $10, $15, $20. I'm in it unless I get stopped out. But you know, if I made $2,500 on that one trade, I'm happy, right? Rather than making $300 on the trade and my ticket charges cost me $20, and you know, I trade like that 10 times and I made $300 one time, $50 another time, lost $200 one time, lost $50 another time, and plus all the ticket charges, you probably will end up break even or losing money. That's why only 5% of day traders are successful. Stick with swing trading. Stick with statistics. Go with numbers that actually are higher than ridiculous low numbers. You know, like the percentage of trades. When I teach individuals how to trade a certain, give you certain trading tactics or chart patterns or trading styles, I look for chart patterns and trading tactics that are proven methods that have a 70% or higher chance of success prior to entering the trade. I don't look for something that has maybe a 10% success of being profitable in that trade. Who does? You know, like, so why would you be a day trader and know that only 5% are successful? Stick to the statistical numbers that is proven to be more profitable than statistical numbers that aren't. Okay? And I'm going to pause it here. Remember, we stayed all long in SodaStream. We longed at 21.11, which is its current ask price, and we placed our stop order at 20.19. It's a $1.10 risk. Remember, I'm not saying we're looking for. We have a target price of $3. Right? Because remember, we have to make at least 2.5 times. Otherwise, there's no point of entering the trade. However, we can make $9 on the trade. We can make $7 on the trade per, 7 points on every single trade. It really doesn't make a difference, but you want about roughly at least 3 points because your rewards have to weigh out your risk. Okay? And the reason why I say this, okay, let's say you enter 3 trades, right? And let's say you lost $1 a point on one trade. You lost 70 cents on another trade. So now you're down $1.70 altogether. Let's say you average 100 shares or so. This is just a little math we're doing. So let's say you enter 100 shares for all your trades, right? You risk a point on one trade. It stopped you out. You lost $100. You risk let's say 70 cents on another trade. It stopped you out and took you out. So now you're down $170. However, your third trade, you put a stop order out there for, let's say, 70 cents also, but it goes 3 points in your favor, right? So I'm not telling you to exit out of position because we'll trail our stops, not all the way up to $3, but the support level where we feel is strong enough for if it does go down up to that, then continue going higher. But if it does take us out, it'll take us out for a profit. So let's say, we're risking 70 cents and it goes up in our favor. We're looking at our target price. We have a target price of a minimum of $3, but it could go higher. But remember, you lost $170 in the last 2 trades, and now you're up 2.5, 3 points on this trade. You exit out of position. Did you profit? Are you profitable for all 3 trades? Yes, you are. By how much? $100. After ticket charges, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, you trail your stops up. It could go up 7 points. You're profitable still. All right. So our trading tactics at World Trading Institute teaches you how to be successful by only being correct a third of the time. However, the trading tactics that I do implement is correct at least 70 to 75% of the time. And I'll pause it here and I'll start recording real soon. Remember, we're long SodaStream at 21.11 with a stop order at 20.19. It's 20.06 right now by 20.07. So we're down about 5 cents. Remember, this is a long-term trade, not a short-term trade. Excuse me, this is a swing trade, not a day trade. So we're not skeptical, even though we have some resistance over here, but I'm really not scared. Okay, I feel that it dropped, the price dropped so low that now there's some eyebrows being raised with all these large soda pop companies and all these refrigerator companies. So I believe that something positive will happen real shortly. Got rid of all the suckers and let all the buyers jump in. You know. I shouldn't say that. I do apologize to whoever got out of SodaStream for a loss. But we're long here. I'll pause it here. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial by World Trading Institute. Once again, my name is Zelman. Feel free to go to worldtradinginstitute.com and take one of our courses in the near future. I'm sure you guys will be impressed. Pause it right here, and I'll start recording if we get stopped out or if we trail up our stops. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Zelman here once again with World Trading Institute. It's roughly 12:45 in the afternoon on October 9, 2014. I do apologize if you hear noise in the background. Right now I'm looking at Ford. Remember we longed SodaStream at 21.11. Right now it's at 21.26. However, I'm looking at Ford's long I'm thinking long it right here at 13.89. So let's place this order at 13.89 for Ford. Okay, so we're buying at 13.89, 13.89. Okay, and now stop order will be for the lows of today. Why the lows of today? Well, what's the low? A penny below that, so 13.80 is the low of the today. So our stop is at 13.79. Okay, we're taking a 12-cent risk. Reason why we are longing it today with such a short stop order, with such a minimal amount of risk, just about 10 cents, is because the market already dropped 250 points, well, almost 300 points for the day, about 300 points for the day at its lows. Right now it's down about 270 or 265 or so. You see it right here. All right, down 265. And the reason for this long is because we have another 3 hours, and I believe the market will try to cover some of its losses today. That's my belief. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could. But it seems like it bottomed here. So if it closes at around 16,850, it would be great because remember, resistance is about 16.9. Okay, so we're looking for long over here. Remember, we're already long SodaStream, going our favor. As far as Ford, will it stop us out? It's a possibility, but remember, the reason, this is a 15-minute, by the way. Let's go to 10-minute. I thought it was a 10-minute. My apologies. The reason why I long, because it seemed like there's a bottom over here, and there's support right here. For the markets and for Ford. So I figured I'd go long here. Remember, Ford dropped tremendously for the last, I would say, week and a half or so. Let's see what it looked like in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so this is what it's done. And a hammer formed here. So this is a small form of support, but you know, you can't take that into consideration only, especially with this kind of market. But the only reason why we continued this long, because we saw this hammer over here, and on the 10-minute we saw it form support at the low of today. So I say, hey, you know what? Since the market's a little crazy at this time, maybe it's good to long at this level with just a 10-cent risk. Why not? You know, it's just a little amount of risk. It's not like we're risking 30 or 40 cents, 10 cents. It was worth jumping into, see if we're on the right side of the trade. But you know, like I said, I'm not 100%. So even if it stops us out, would I be upset? No. Why? Because I have a plan. Every trade, I have a plan for every single trade, and I know I'm risking only 10 cents per share. So, you know, even if it does go against me, you know what? Kudos to the sellers of Ford. But if it goes in my favor, I picked it up at pretty much its bottom. And hopefully it's the right side of the trade. Now let's take a look at the rest of the stock market. What I'm going to do is, well, I'm gonna leave the Dow over here, but I'm going to play around in the middle area where the middle level 2 and the forward is. And I'm just going to look at, a bunch of different stocks, see what they're doing. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon dropped, it's down for the day, but remember the market collapsed, so that does make sense. Let's look at Citigroup. Let's look at JP Morgan. You can see all of them look similar to the Dow, and if you look at soda, doesn't look that same, right? Look, they're both 10-minute 1 days. This is 10-minute 3 day, but this is a 10-minute 1 day. You see how Soda Stream actually has support and trading sideways here. If it breaks through this guideline, this resistance level, it'll go higher. So that's what we're looking for. And remember, we don't want a shadow like this, right? We want a full green bar to break up there. So we'll see what happens. And now let's just see if there's anything else that we can state along. Let's take a look at BVN. That could be dropped real good, and that could be along. All right, so we see along here. We see it at around 1087. It could be support right here. Let's just back it to 3-day. Let's see what it looks like. That doesn't look too bad. You know what? Let's even state this long for BVN. Is it right time to get in? I believe so. Remember, market crashed yesterday, 250 plus points, 270 plus points. Today, the market right now is down 262 points. So there could be upward momentum prior to the end of the day. So let's long here at 1089. All right, so let's long BVN at 1089. Remember, it's 12:50 in the afternoon right now on October 9, 2014. We stated 3 longs within today, and remember, all of our trades are swing trades. And now you see, look, it flipped through, it's at 91. But now we have to place our stop order. Where would our stop order be? It would be the lows of today, just because, remember, market conditions, you don't want to play games, right? With these market conditions, there's triple-digit gains every single day. There's one day of triple-digit gains, then there's another day of triple-digit losses. So we have to trail our stop orders. We have to have tight stops in this kind of market. Okay, so our stop order would be the low of the day, a penny below the low of the day at 1065, since the low is 1066. So, and I do apologize once again about the noise in the background. And right now we're about up 3-4 cents on the BVN. So we're looking good on, let's see, all 3 trades. I'll keep BVN in the center now, and I'll put Ford on the left. All right, we'll remove the Dow on the left, but time to time we'll check back. Okay, so remember, Ford, we got in long at 1389. Right now it's 1392 by 1393. So we're on the plus side on all of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here, and I'll start recording shortly. Once again, this tutorial is brought to you by WorldTradingInstitute.com. Please go on our site, look at our courses, review our brochure, our syllabus is in there, and hopefully you will be an individual in one of our next training courses, and hopefully I can make a successful trader out of you. Speak to you guys. Hey guys, 1:32 in the afternoon, October 9, 2014. Earlier we stated along at BVN, SodaStream, and Ford. Right now, let's take a look at Ford. We say a buy at 1389. It's pretty much, it's currently at 1390. So, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1390. So we're currently at its levels of where it was, and moving forward, we're just about even. But moving forward, Ford looks like it created a W wedge. So this W wedge right here looks pretty good. Still looks like a long. Remember, our stop orders at the low of the day at 1379. Currently, well, the low of the day 1380, a penny below the low, which is 1379, where we place our stop order. W wedge looking good at Ford. I wanted to see this. I believe we got it at the bottom, so hopefully it will trail up. Remember, the market's down 260 points. It was down close to about 300 points. Let me just pull up the Dow here and see where it's off right now. I like to see it in level 2 better just because I get a better understanding of prints and everything. So the market's down 275 points right now, as you can see, but on Ford, I'll just keep the Dow on the level 2, but I'll pull it up Ford back here just on the chart. All right, Ford has a W wedge, really looking good. This does look like the bottom over here, so we jumped in here with a 10-cent risk. This can be very profitable for us. We're going to see maybe a return of 50 to 70 cents with 10 cents risk. That's about 5-7 times. So that's good to know. Aside from that, let's take a look at BVN real quick. Also seems like it's forming a W wedge right now. If you take a look, just give me a minute. Let me pull up this guideline right here, and I believe no. Well, it's still going to break it, but let me just push it a little higher. Okay. See the head and shoulders reversal over here. I'll just do some trend lines underneath each shoulder. Okay, so this is a shoulder right here. All right, this is a shoulder right here, and from here to here is the head. All right. Also, it looks like it could form a W wedge as well. It's a little early in the game to even make that statement, but this reversal head and shoulders on BVN looking good. This is what it looks like on the 1 minute 3-day, the 1 minute 1 day. Still looking good. We will like to see BVN go to 1110. It'll confirm this long, which will look really great. Yesterday it had a huge move in BVN. It was down as much as it went down to much as $10.12 and then soared back to 11.52. So this is definitely its bottom over here. However, let me just go further back so you can see that. You see this is the bottom right here. This was support level. This was a little gap up. You notice it trailed down, filled its gap, shot back up, confirming support. So these do seem like this does seem like a bottom for Ford and BVN. However, it's too soon to determine, but we did pick them up at really good prices, which give us really minimal risk to place our stop orders. So that's great. For SodaStream, another one, the market cracked. Investors were waiting for some type of rumor, hopefully from a buyout. That didn't happen. A lot of individuals got out, just cracked, and I apologize for the phone ringing right now, but just cracked. I gotta go further back. This is the 200-day. Let's go 1 year. All right, so investors were speculating, I would say, anywhere in the mid-40s to mid-50s range of a possible buyout from a beverage company or a company like General Electric or Samsung that own refrigerators that can implement the SodaStream feature into their exclusive product and brand. But that didn't happen, and all the investors just continuously got out, just kept getting sour and just had a complete downtrend. However, at these price levels, like I said earlier, there could be some raising eyebrows right now to all these beverage companies and these companies like that create refrigerators or appliances, and they can see this as, since it's about half the price of what it was, they can see a possible buyout position over here. It's an affordable one, but SodaStream has support right now. Created a reversal, and it's looking amazing right now. So remember, the market dropped 275 points today, and currently the market is down 240 points. But SodaStream is up 27 cents. So obviously it's its bottom here. We found it at its lows, and it's looking good. All right. So we're just going to continue watching these shorts. Now let's take a look at. I'm not going to make any calls on anything else. These are just the three we'd follow, and we'll continue following them until we get stopped out or until it makes a tremendous move throughout the day when we decide we had enough and we want to get out, because it might just trail back and take all of our profits, right? So what we're going to do right now is just see what other companies are faring. Now, I'm looking at SodaStream, and it begs me to wonder why Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac look similar to SodaStream International. So this is SodaStream. You know what? I'll keep soda up there, but I'll just remove BVN and put FNMA. So you can see a similar pattern, which is pretty strange. I mean, both have to do with investors, but they're in two different industries, and they're in two completely different reasons why people invest in them. So you see, so it's somewhat similar pattern, a little bit different. With Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, uh, uh, judge rejected the notion of even a hearing of why investors believe they need to reap their rewards from investing in Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, the federal government received their money coming back to them. So investors are pretty upset that the judge threw out the hearing, and this is what's happened since. Okay, so you see this gap play. This is when it happened, but been trailing down since. And my argument is, listen, you invested in Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae common stock, right? So when you invested in, if you invested it when it was, pretty much in the gutter, all right, let's go 10-year. It was trading 28, 33, 35 cents, and it shot up to $5. Okay, you could have got out $3, $4, $4.50, $5 all this time. You would have made a lot of money. Let's say you picked it up at 33 cents a share, and it's 3 times for every dollar. Right now, you'd still be in the money, but you know what? So you would have made 3, 6, 9, 12. If you got out at its highs, you would have made 15 times your money. I mean, how much money you really want to make on the trade? I mean, you're expecting it to go to $36? I probably would see a reverse split before it does that, especially at these price levels. But really, you could have cashed out all this time, and then I don't know. I just don't understand people. You made money in the markets. Learn how to execute out. This is what I mean by pigs, ladies and gentlemen. There's bulls and bears in this market, but there's no rooms for pigs. If you can't cash out and execute for a profit, chances are you're not in the right business, and you should change your profession. And I apologize for the ones that are listening to this and didn't get out of Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. SodaStream's a little different. Investors have speculated that a buyout would happen. Still no buyout. They got tired of waiting, and everyone started exiting out. However, look how cheap it is from its all-time highs. Okay? That's where it is. You know what? Battled even pretty much its all-time lows, formed a newer low. Okay, so maybe we can see it shoot back to $30 and form a strong support and confirm its all-time low since its original opening. All right, so those three we are looking at. I'm just going to go to 10-minute on all of them, and you see that it broke its sideways trading. It could trade downwards and upwards continuously, but it'll be an upward momentum. It could also shoot up from here. Sometimes it's real quick, sometimes it takes time. All right, that's for SodaStream. Let's go to Ford. I apologize about the noise in the background. Well, look at Ford. That W edge is in play, looking good. Seems like we got its bottom. It would be great if it could break today's highs. That'd be awesome. And remember, the market's down right now 248 points, okay? Ford is down 24 cents, but we got it while it was down, I believe, about 35 cents today. And let's just go to BVN again. Let's get out of Fannie Mae. It looks like Fannie Mae is going along, Freddie Mac's supposed to be going along. They just work together. It looks like both of them it's headed lower. It looks like we got head and shoulders top with a lot of momentum to the downforce with a trend downwards. So, good luck to those guys that are still holding. Let's go to, let's see what Tesla's doing. I know it was up after in the morning, but the market crashed. Let's see what it did. Yeah, it crashed with it, as you can see. All right, so yeah, it still has support. If anybody's long this, your stop order should be at the end of this long tail at 252. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. 252.63 or 252.60. A couple of pennies below the low of the day at 252.64 of the low of yesterday, not today. All right, let's go to Well, let's go back to BVN and see how that's faring. All right, this is the daily. Let's go to 10-minute, and let's do a 1 day. Let's do a 1 day for all of them. Just set it up that way. I mean, that's how I generally like to look at my positions. Uh, and there's a W edge also, if you see, there's a W edge for BVN. All right, so we got enough support confirming continuous up movements on all three stocks that we're looking at: Ford, BVN, and SodaStream. I'll pause it right here, and I'll continue recording in a little bit. Hey guys, Zelman here once again. What I want to do right now is trail up my stops. I really wouldn't do this, but remember how I told you the market is very sensitive. The market's down 300 points right now, even though Ford and BVN is trailing up. Uh, but you know, it's trailing up, but the market's at its lows of the day, so I'm really skeptical. Remember, we have to have tighter stops during these market conditions. So we're trailing up our stop on Ford from 1379, and we're going to trail it up for some reason. I by accident made a guideline, okay, across here. And we're going to trail up our stops a penny below this low right here to 1383. All right, so we're moving up a couple of pennies. So now we're at 1383 on Ford for our stop order, then 1379. You know, it's just what 4 cents we're saving. So now our risk is about 6 cents per share instead of 10 cents. We just have to protect our downside. That's all it is. This market conditions, you know, market could drop 500 points today. You're not going to protect your downside, but you know, it's down 300 points. Can recover some. There's another 2 hours remaining, but if it stops you out, chances are it's not going to recover. Okay, so that's something to think of moving forward. As well, we want to also trail up our stop for BVN. You know, the problem is with BVN, it formed a huge support bar, but with these market conditions, once again, you want to protect your downside. Cross here, and let's just see, our stop order for BVN would be now 1070. Oh wait, I think I got the wrong one. Our new stop order for BVN will be 1075. So now we're saving a penny. We're saving 10 cents risk on BVN. Our original risk was, let's see, 75, 80, about 25 cents. Now we're risking 14 cents. So we increased our stop order by 10 cents on both Ford, by a couple cents by both Ford and BVN. So we risk our downside. We lowered our downside risk in both Ford and BVN. I apologize. I have people working on my fire escape, so it's kind of noisy today. Sorry about that. But however, for SodaStream, we'll keep our stop order at the same price, just because the market's down, it's trading sideways in an upward momentum. So we can actually see, maybe not today, but hopefully tomorrow into the market close for maybe for the week, it make somewhat of a decent up move to the upside. I'll pause it here and start recording either when we get stopped out or it continues. Apologize, I just have people I have to speak with right now. When it continues on the upside. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Remember, this is worldtradinginstitute.com, and this is the instructor. Guys, 2:38 in the afternoon right now. Looks like we just got stopped out of Ford, but look, it looks like the buyers are stepping in. I think we got stopped out. We're not going to get in. We lost 6 cents a share on this bad boy. Let's just see. You know, it's pretty upsetting when you get stopped out and the market goes your way, but don't get back in because it could trick you. This probably is a short, continued downward. The market was down just 312 points moments ago. It probably was down more than that. I really don't know because I was on the call. I just saw this, got off the phone, decided to go back on the recording to state what happened. All right, so this is what just happened right here, and it just bounced right back up. And remember, these are the lows of the days that it's battling. So I don't know if we got out of Ford, and if we did, we got out of Ford for just about a 6 cents loss, which is not hurtful, but it's pretty upsetting knowing you get stopped out. Uh, in these market conditions, well, in any market condition, but you got stopped out and trailed back up. So, but 6 cents is a loss of 6 cents is something better than a loss of 50 cents. So, we can deal with that. And we really don't know if this is support for 04. We'll check it out soon and we'll see. But you can see BVN formed the support right, but the prior 10 minutes and still heading upwards. SodaStream up for the day, even though the market's down 300 plus points. So Ford took us out. We're not getting in. This red hammer, obviously, not gonna. I believe when it took us out, it's gonna go lower because the market hit a new low. So it might continue going lower from here. So I'm really not too upset about that. Remember, I told you these market conditions, we gotta keep our stops tight. Now, since the market has been trading in, triple digits gains and losses pretty much every day or close to every other day, if it hasn't been doing that, our stop order would probably be below this hammer right here. However, since it's been doing that, we decided to take just a small risk. As it went up, we decided to trail up our risk because the market conditions are very shaky, and you want to make sure you protect your downside risk to as much as you can. Okay, so we'll see what happens with Ford right now. We lost 6 cents, so if you had 100 shares, you lost $6. If you had 200 shares, you lost $12. If you had 1,000 shares, you lost $60. Okay? The more shares, the more you lost. Okay, so that goes for Ford. Can't win them all. Remember, I told you, never 100%. But, it's better to risk a little amount than a lot. All right, so let's see how BVN and Soda does. Remember, this is October 9, 2014. We entered 3 positions today. We got stopped out in one of them, but we'll see what both BVN and SodaStream does moving forward. I'm going to stop the recording right here and I'll continue. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of minutes in, it's 2:50 in the afternoon. If you noticed, Ford Hammer didn't hold pretty much. Our stop order looks good. It looks like the market hit new lows today. You get down 321. See what I mean about certain times with these market movements? We long today knowing that the market already went up, and we already know that the market was moving triple digit gains every single day, up 200, down 200, up 200, down 200. We actually broke through the 300s mark. I think yesterday we touched it. We were close. We weren't up 300 points, but I think we were up like 2 and change or something like that, like 240, 250 points. So, but today, further momentum downwards, 300 points. So it seems like for every 100 points, the Dow goes up. 120 points drop follows through. So for every up movement, there's a larger down movement waiting to happen, and that's how it seems like the Dow's playing out. And remember, everything, if you go back in the last 30 days, well, I would say half that amount, last 2 weeks or so, everything been trending, it been trading down, but you're talking about huge swings throughout the day. It wasn't your normal, okay, it goes down 100 points, 70 points a day, then goes up 20 points, 25 points a day. You're having a drop of 100 points, a pop of 100 points, a drop of 150 points, a pop of 100 points, a drop of 200 points, a pop of 170 points. So, now you got a drop of 300, you have a drop of 300, well, excuse me, you have a drop of 250 points and a drop of 300 points. It's like for every large up move, there's a larger down move waiting to happen. And that's how it seems like the stock market's playing out. So you got to be careful with your longs, okay? And we figured out we were hoping for a bottom in here in Ford. We longed it, but didn't happen, so we got out. We took a loss of 6 cents. Not Well, this is where it is right now. You know, I'm really, you'll be really upset if it goes your favor, but it goes your way after it takes you out for such a minimal loss. But minimal loss you have to look at as break even, so it shouldn't affect you too bad. Um, you see, for BVN, looks like it's shaping out for another downturn right now from support. The last 10 minutes prior to this time frame really harmed us. So let's hope it trades sideways a little bit from here, and that would be beneficial to us. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. But SodaStream. SodaStream is looking good and holding for dear life right now. So we'll see what happens. Remember, our stop order for BVN is 1075. We increased it from 1065. Okay, so gonna pause it here once again, and we will continue recording when 3:05 in the afternoon, and the market just continues to stay low at 308 points. However, look at BVN. It almost touched. Look, it's battling. It almost touched us to stop this out. Right, our stop is at 1075 on BVN, and it's currently trailed down to 1078. So stop orders, what, 3 cents away, and the market is holding right now for us. Well, the stock is holding for us, but I don't know how long. So I'm going to mute it here and allow you to see what happens. Ooh, at 1080. It looks like it's going to get us. It's going to get us. Stop order at 1075. I'm not changing my stop. I don't want to take any more of a risk. Gonna get us. No! Look at that. Support. Is this true support? Is 1075 the key stop order number? Soon to see. I'm gonna go on mute again for another 2 minutes, alright? 2 more minutes. See if it can hold and form that hammer. All right, guys. Let's see. See, it's getting close. 80s. I don't know. Looking pretty dangerous here. It looks like the Dow is gonna form a new low before this close right here. Doesn't look healthy. See what happens. All right. I'm gonna let it ride out now since it's our 20-minute in, and might get stopped out with BVN. We'll see. All right. I'm just gonna pause it here because the recording's getting too long. I don't want you guys to watch something that doesn't mean anything to you. It would mean something to you if you're actually day trading, but I'm just providing minute-to-minute updates. Hey guys, 3:58 in the afternoon, October 9, 2014. The market closes in about 2 minutes from now. If you see BVN trailed all the way down to that low of 1078 without stop at 1075, which was placed correctly. Remember, originally, I believe we were going to put it right below here, which was 1078, so it would have been 1077, which was the correct support level, but we gave it a little bit more room in case. As far as, and it's trading sideways to bounce off that level. What will happen tomorrow is soon to be determined. As far as Ford, it dropped back down to about 1084, pretty much trailing around this level. So the true support level was our beginning stop order, which was below here, but we trailed it up and pretty much took us out. So I'm not too happy with that play, but it happens. It was only 6 cents, which well, we shouldn't even say only 6 cents, but it was 6 cents. It's better than something like 20 cents, right? The market down 325 points. Let me show you what that is doing right now. Right there, it's down 325. Looks like it's forming a bottom over here for an update tomorrow. Remember, for every single one big drop the following day or the second day into it was a pop just around the same level. So let's take a look. Drop, pop, well, Jurassic drop, form the hammer, pop, drop, pop. Okay? So we're going to see from this drop possibly a pop tomorrow. And we'll see what happens then. But let's just go back to Ford. And the market's just closing up. It just finished closing, I believe, about 15 seconds ago. But this is what Ford is doing at 1383. Pretty much close to the lows of the day. And yeah, see this? Right, just closing. All right, so 1083, I guess, was his final print. For BVN, surged up to $11. Okay, and currently, and this is all after hours right now. All right, so let's take a look at what it's like on the daily. It printed a bunch of 11s at the end, which is nice. Let's see how far back. Oh, just a lot of prints, huh? A lot of people believe it's undervalued. Okay, so BVN was purchased over here. SodaStream, the market was down 300 points, but SodaStream is up 34 cents for the day. So With a possible up move on the upside tomorrow, considering what the markets have been doing for the last few days, we can see something. Oops, I apologize. Well, that's what the Dow did for today. Pretty much battled the lows of the day. See, it added the lows of the day. And Ford, about the same area. But you see BVN and SodaStream with huge support, so that's good for us. And I'm going to pause this recording and we'll continue tomorrow. So look for a possible upside move tomorrow in the market just because of what's been going on the last couple of days, which I have it here for you guys. Remember, for a single drop, there was a pop the following day. But remember, the drops are a lot bigger than the up moves. So tomorrow the Dow could go to as much as, let's say, 16,920. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe after tomorrow. But after that, it'll drop back down. So that's just trend, a downward trend, but there's big up moves and big down moves throughout the week, pretty much almost every day. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Zelman here. It's 12:10 in the afternoon on October 10, 2014. This tutorial is brought to you by WorldTradingInstitute.com. World Trading Institute obviously provides educational courses for individuals to learn how to invest and trade the financial equities markets. Okay, let's take a look at Ford real quick. We got stopped out yesterday in Ford. This morning, well, let's just go to Ford real quick. There we go. This morning, gap down, dropped lower, and went to as low as, I believe, 1350 and change. So our stop order was at the right price because we would have got stopped out when it was at the lows of the day. We trailed it up, and remember said, oh, I'd like to get into it, get back in, but you don't want to do that because if you're not disciplined and if you don't follow your laws, you'll lose more money than you should, right? Perfect example. This is the reason, right? Stay disciplined. You got out. You got stopped out. Chances are you got stopped out because you're right. You just have to be patient. Today, Ford has actually shown that we were right. If it gapped down lower, it would have took us out for a sharper loss. That 6 cents loss was good enough. BVN shot up. It's at 11.72, up over 6.5% for the day, up 73 cents for the day. We got in, I believe, around 10.89. It's at 11.73 by 11.74 right now. So we're up about 80 cents on. We're up about 80 cents on BVN. For SodaStream, this morning it opened up, dropped lower. However, we got in at 21.11 and our stop orders at 20.19. SodaStream dropped as low as 20.64. So it was about 40 cents away, maybe 45 cents away from our stop order before it bottomed out and started trailing higher. Okay, so we haven't got stopped out of SodaStream. We're in the money on BVM. We got stopped out of Ford, but it was proven that we got out at the right price because it gapped down lower and would have took us out at our lower stop, at our original stop, which was the lows of yesterday, and we would have lost, I believe, 5 cents more per share than the original 6 cents. However, it gapped down all the way down to this level and dropped to as low as 13.52. Okay, so that was an additional 30 cents or so, maybe a little bit more, about maybe 35 cents from where we got stopped out. So, that's a lot more risk associated than with 6 cents. I mean, had you longed it is a different story, but remember we decided to place a stop order of yesterday's low, then we trailed it up about 5 cents. So we did the right thing of buy again, stopped out, not jump big back in, because if we had broken out the rules and we weren't disciplined, we would have got in yesterday, and then after hours, well, excuse me, at the open, it would have gapped out and then traded lower, and pretty much maybe we would have got out because obviously we had tight stops to begin with, right? Pretty much that's it. Once again, this is Zelman, World Trading Institute. I hope you enjoyed our tutorial. I'll start recording once again when there's something to record. I didn't record this morning just because I'm trying to consolidate all the trades now. I did speak a lot yesterday. I believe the recording was over an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and a half. So I want to make the remainder recordings maybe within an additional 20 minutes or so. So we're at a Ford. We're still in BVN. And we're still in SodaStream, and we'll see what the market provides us. I'll start recording when it's necessary, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Good afternoon. It's 2 p.m. on October 10, 2014. What I'm looking right now to on my left is Freddie Mac. It seems like it has support. It needs to close at for by the end of today at 191. Just to consider this a strong upward buy coming into next week. Okay. I'm looking forward to see, you know what, I want to call a buy here. It's just really, really strong today and confirmed support. And I guess whoever's still long here has a chance to make money. Whoever missed out the opportunity to exit at $3 to $5 when it was there, it looks like Freddie Mac will continue to go higher with Fannie Mae coming into next week. If it closes here or just a little bit higher, like I said, I would love to see the Freddie Mac close above 191 or above. If it closes 3 cents higher, it has 2 more hours. It will look extremely, extremely strong into next week. Okay. So that's something to look out for. So I want to just state this long here at 189. So let's get in at Freddie Mac at 189 here. Okay, and our stop order. Let's just see where our stop will be. We should put our stop order at the low of today. I'm sorry, not the low of today. That's incorrect. Do not listen to me. Let's see. Well, let me ask you guys a question. All right, we have 2 options. We can either, since we got into Freddie Mac today at 189, right? We could either place a stop order at the low of today, stop at 174, okay? A penny below that, which is 173. So stop order at 174, a penny below the low of today. Or a stop order at 160. Okay, so what would you do? Okay, so think it through, figure it out. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think. All right. Well, technically, I would, as far as a technical analyst and looking at the chart, I will go for the longer, stronger support. I would just pick up more. I would pick up less shares, okay? Because when you're looking at FMCC, you're just long at 189, and you know the very first support is the low of today, which is a penny below that, which is 174. Okay. Well, I'll explain to you during the course when you take a course with us why at worldtradinginstitute.com. But the first support level is the low of today. Look at that. You're printing 190s right now. Is at 174. Now, do you want to take your stop order at 174 or at 160? The reason why I'm willing to take it at 160, my stop order at 160, is because I believe that's the stronger support. However, some people might say, hey, you know what? If it breaks through 174, it could trail up to 160 anyway based on what it's doing as far as a weekly chart. And technically, I agree with them. However, my belief is it needs to trail if this hammer is formed, all of this hammer support except for a penny below it. Okay? So anything below it is support. So it could trade, if this hammer forms, it could trade all the way up to 161, 162, and then go back up. However, if it goes to 160, the support is broken and then it will continue to go lower. All right, that's my theory on trading. Some individuals' theories on trading, well, if the hammer doesn't hold, it's not holding anyway. Um, yes, they are correct. I'm not going to say all the time, but I've seen dozens of times where the hammer uh, fails until the long tail of the shadow, or maybe half of the tail of the shadow, and then it goes up. All right. So sometimes if this hammer is formed, it should go up right away, and most of the time it does go up right away. But sometimes it would trail down to here, okay, or even here for that matter, or even here for that matter. Okay, then what it does is it gaps up. And it'll gap up to, let's say, 240, 250. All right, so you just want to make sure your stop order is correct. So your stop order should be a penny below the hammer. Okay, so we're looking at a stop order a penny below the hammer. So we decided to take 160. So we're taking 14 cents more risk. So now in a total, we're taking approximately 30 cents per share risk. Now, it depends how many shares are you willing to buy. Like I said, I look to risk no more than $400 on about $400 on a trade. So Freddie Mac, based on that risk, I'm looking to purchase 1,500 shares. Okay, I'll risk $50 more. Okay, so so now I'm taking a $450 risk, and I'm long Freddie Mac with 1,500 shares. Okay, and this stock is only $1.89. However, I'm long BVN with 1,500 shares as well, and it's trading at 10.89. Why? Because I'm risking my trades with I apologize. I'm entering trades and associating it with my risk per trade. Okay, that's what I'm doing. The reason for that being, I'm only willing to risk a certain amount per trade. Now, granted, how far would Freddie Mac give us, since we're risking 30 cents, which is pretty extreme for a stock that's trading $1.89 per share, right? We're looking at, I don't know, about 20% risk, which is pretty ridiculous. All right, so now we have to see what is its outcome for us. All right, and okay, so we see, well, if it trades its gap, that's 250, right? So we're looking at 70 cents. So we're looking at almost 2.5 times, right? So it's almost 2.5 times, but not quite. So, but it's good enough for us because it's almost 2.5 times. Remember, when you trade something, you want to make at least 2.5 times. I mean, this is almost, but it does look like it's in your favor because we're risking 30 cents, and we're risking, and the gap play is up to, I believe, 260, let's say, give or take. Let's say 260, right? So it's 70 cents. We're risking 30 cents, and that's almost, but not 2.5. Okay, it's like maybe 2.25 or something like that. Okay, so it's close, and it's worth the trade. You're not always going to get a minimum look for a 2.5. But like I said, even though we see it almost 2.5 times, doesn't mean we'll accept that. We'll trail up our stop as we see fit, right? And that's what we'll do for Freddie Mac as well. Remember, we got stopped at a 4 for a 6 cents loss. Now we're long Freddie Mac. We're still long BVN, and we're still long SodaStream, but SodaStream right now is trailing down. Doesn't look like it's helping us. However, the Dow is up 50 points or so, and the Nasdaq's down about 40 points. So, SodaStream is down today due to the Nasdaq being down about 40 points. Okay, so we'll see where it goes from there. I'm going to pause it right here. And once again, this tutorial is brought to you by World Trading Institute. Join us, take one of our courses, and I'm sure you'll be happy that you took a course with us down the road. Thank you and take care. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:21 in the afternoon, October 10th, 2014. Just wanted to give you an update with BVN. I found a stronger support at a higher level. Well, not a stronger support, but I believe it's a strong enough support where we can capture some profits, and it's at a higher level. So I want to trail our stop, okay? So I want to trail our stop to right about here at 11. No, let's give it a little bit more room. Let's say 1164. That's our stop order. We're going to increase BVN. All right. So we're going to go to 1164 from 1079. So now we're in the money. Worst case scenario. Put a stop market order. Stops us out. We get out for 1164, give or take a couple of pennies, depending what's the next available market price. Okay. So we got in 1089. We got now we place our stop at 1164. So we're looking at 75 cents right there per share. 1,500 shares. That's over $1,000 on that trade. So that doesn't look too bad for us right there, right? Okay, so remember we got stopped out of Ford for 6 cents loss. SodaStream, still we haven't got stopped out, but sideways choppy. We just got in long Freddie Mac at 189, 190. So actually at 189 at the current ask price, and we took obviously a pretty sizable risk of 30 cents or so at 160. So we'll see where that goes, and we have a possibility of almost getting 2.5 times. However, we'll trail it up. Maybe we'll get more than 2.5 times. We'll see what happens. We see a W edge over here, and it also looks like a bull flag, so that looks good. Maybe it'll just play its gap before it continues going down. So we'll see. We'll just trail up our stops until we get taken out. Okay, and we'll see what happens with SodaStream. But let's see how Ford is doing right now. And Ford is at 1384, pretty much where we got stopped out of. Yep, it seems like it dropped lower today, and then trying to form support or trying to create one. Now, remember, Ford is down a lot. I want to say a lot, like I'm stuttering here because, like, compare, like, this is what Ford has done daily, right? You see it's dropped, like a large sharp drop move. This is on a day-to-day basis, each bar, but maybe I can show you what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like weekly. All right, and let's back it up. Let's do 26 weeks. Okay, so this is what Ford looks like. Okay, now, sorry to do this and move BVN out of the way, and I'll do the same thing for the Dow. Do you see how Ford dropped a lot further and harder than the market? All right. So why did I want it long over there and I got stopped out? Was the reason because it seemed like it was its bottom and was trying to head higher. All right. So what happened was it took us out. It did head lower. Okay. It formed either a lower low than its previous low right here. So we pretty much entered the correct stop order. Getting in long here, would that harm you? No, it won't, because you pretty much started where you left off. But should you and would you do that? Would I do that? I wouldn't, okay? I'm just showing you what Ford in general is doing as time progresses. I wouldn't. Is this a long? Well, you know what? I see red bar, then I start hammer. I see red bar, then I see another one to be hammer. So this could just be like downward steps slowly on a daily basis, but it's due for a bounce. I mean, I like to see this back. Should bounce back to 1550, 1560 if it wanted to, but also it's been, sometimes it just wants to go down relentlessly, regardless. See, so the next support area is $12 a share. So it can go down another $1.86. But I would have liked to seen some upward bounce movement. And I expected for to start moving up yesterday into today and close at pretty much where it opened up for the week at 1459, but it hasn't done that. All right, and stopped us out and continued downwards. Then it's pretty much continued downwards at the open and pretty much traded up to where we got stopped out. I wouldn't long here, we got stopped out. Okay, so just to show you where it's at right now, let's go back to FMCC over here. Okay, and FMCC looks really good as far as what it's done for the week. Will it hold? I've seen patterns form like this several times before, and it usually holds, I would say, depending how strong this hammer is. All right, so if it closes at 190 flat, okay, if it closes at I'm sorry, at 199, 191, at 191, I seen it do went back up. I would say maybe 8 out of 10 times. All right, so I did see it fail a few times, yes, but I saw it go up a whole lot more than it went down from uh, this particular pattern. And I'm talking not I'm not only talking about the weekly, I'm talking about the daily as well. Um, Okay, but I'll tell you, when it's trading its gap, when you're trading its gap, when the stock trades its gap, I seen it go up to its gap and go back down a whole lot more times than I seen it break through its gap and continue to go higher. So that's something to look out for too, right? So based on that, I would say, like I said, we're looking for 2.5 times, but we'll trail it up. So based on that, we can see bounce back downwards after it hits about 260, 270, or something of that nature. So we'll trail it up until it takes us out. That's our plan 1-4. SodaStream, you see, it's trying to hold support into the close, trying to form some type of green bar to hold some type of support over here. So with SodaStream, it's trading sideways. But remember, when you go onto the daily chart and you look at it, it had similar moves. Not the same time frame. Obviously, Freddie Mac. This happened with Freddie Mac first, then into SodaStream. But there was pockets of investors getting screwed in some companies, and these are the two companies, okay? So Freddie Mac and SodaStream. Investors, obviously two different stories. Like I said earlier, Freddie Mac is based on investors getting a judge throwing out their case throughout the court and won't hear the investor's case of Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Where SodaStream individuals were buying on the rumors, and it looked like that rumor never happened, and pretty much it deteriorated to about half its price since the rumors. So based on that, I figured, hey, you know what? It's gone low enough, and some eyebrows could be raised for a possible buyout from one of these rumors that people have been predicting for a real long time with SodaStream. So we'll see what happens over there. And obviously SodaStream, this is monthly, by the way. What an ugly chart. Um, but SodaStream is holding over here. And remember, we're trying to pick it up at its lows and see if SodaStream can hold this level and close back above $30. That would be key. But remember, we got to trade its gap. So once again, we're looking at around this level because I always see it go back downwards before it continues to go higher when it trades its gap. But like I said, we're going to trail up our stops, see what it does when it gets there. That's why I trail stops, okay? And I'm going to leave it right now for that. Let me just go to BVN, show you what that's doing. And okay, there we go. This is what it looks like on the daily. And this is where it's at right now. Okay, I'll do a 1 day. This is how I like to view everything. Okay, go back to the 1 day over here. And, well, you're in the wrong range altogether. Okay, so that's it. I'll pause it right here and we'll start recording real soon. This will probably be I'll probably have one more recording by the end of today. Take care. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3:51 in the afternoon. The market's about to close in 9 minutes. We just got stopped at a BVN. Remember, our stop order was at 1164. It just cracked, so it took us out, and we profited. Okay, so that's a good thing. We profited roughly 70 cents per share. And for FMCC, trailed back, trickled down a little bit lower. This is, I believe, the price we got in. Actually, it's 2 pennies below where we got in. Soda Stream, pretty much right now, the low of the day, 2063. It's pretty much battling the lows of the day. As of right now, it's been here this morning, and it's there right now once again. Let's see if it can hold this area. Remember, our stop orders at 2111. So just about 50 cents away from here. And the market's collapsing prior to the close. I would say the last 20-30 minutes it started trailing downwards, and the market's down roughly 88 points. Okay, not as much as 350 points like yesterday, but you know, it trailed down about 80 points, and that's perfectly fine. That's not too much of a drop. We could see a bounce still tomorrow, as long as it doesn't go for these triple-digit losses, right? So let's take a look at the Dow over here. Well, I'll punch it in right here. Okay. So this is what the Dow looks like for today. Let's go into the 10-minute, see where it's at. It's pretty much just formed the new lows of the day right here. Okay, so you see how it continued just going down after every 10 or 20 minutes there was another down tick or so. So we'll see what happens moving forward over here. It looks like the 63s keep getting printed on SodaStream. Let's see if they can hold them. Oh, 61, 64. So it seems like there's some type of support in the 60s, but the sellers are stepping in and pretty much trying to cross the market here. So we'll see what's going to happen really soon with SodaStream, but I'll pause it here and provide you another update after the market close. Guys, it's 4 p.m. right now. Market just closed literally about 10 seconds ago. As you can see, BVN, we got stopped out of. We took a 75% profit per share. The reason why we trailed up our stop order, remember, the market conditions is very volatile and it's moving triple-digit gains or losses every day. Today, the market dropped 115 plus points. However, BVN is up 5% for the day, was up as much as 8.5%. Okay, so during a down market, well, it pretty much went up when the market went up throughout the day, when the market was up like 50 points, 60 points or so. And as the market started collapsing, so did BVN. So we got stopped out for a profit, which is a good thing. Let's for FMCC. Remember, we got in 187 and closed at 187. I really want to see 191 print. However, not too bad. Still looks like a hammer. You know, it doesn't look terrible, but we'll see what happens in the coming next week. And for SodaStream, it hasn't stopped us out. Went to as low as 2057. Our stop order is at 2019. So you know, about 30 cents away or something of that nature from getting stopped out. But haven't got stopped out. Closed just at 2064. And obviously, we're still in two different plays right now. We're in SodaStream and we're on Freddie Mac. We profited 75 cents off of BVN. We lost 6 cents on Ford. Let's see what Ford looks like right now. Okay, Ford is at 1378 right now, and it does look like it's stabilized, tell you the truth. However, you see a red bar, then a hammer, a red bar, and it looks like another hammer. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another red bar coming in next week on Monday. So only time will tell, and we'll see where it goes from there. Let's take a look at the Dow real quick, just to show you what the Dow has done today. And as you can see, this is what the Dow has done this week, right? But for the day, let's just zoom in. 7-day. This is what the Dow has done today. It went to pretty much its lows of the day at the very end into the market close. It formed newer lows throughout the day. Okay, And so what we see is finally we see two consistent triple-digit day of losses on the Dow. Well, I would expect to see a pop of around 16.8 come into next week on the first trading day. However, it's soon to be, it's too soon to see. Once it's at, I guess, 16.8, if we should get out of our long positions. Well, we'll trail up our stops, but remember, we have to trail up our stops accordingly, just because during this volatile market conditions, we could, pretty much take a loss rather than capturing even a small profit. So we want to capture some profits on the long side. Definitely. If you're short, maybe you can have your stop orders a little bit more loose. But if you're long, you should have really tight stops at the moment right now. And remember with Tesla, prior to I believe it was yesterday, I stated Tesla, if you're long, I looked at it, I said, if you're long, well, you should place your stop order over here. But look what happened. It just gapped down and dropped. It's down almost $20 per share today, which is a substantial move downwards, just about 7.5%. This is what Tesla looks like on the weekly. Let's go to a 1 year, back it up. Okay, so this is what Tesla looks like on the weekly. Oh, a lot of resistance moving forward, it looks like. Let's take a look at Netflix real quick, because these two have been surging for the past few years or so. And Netflix still doesn't look too bad, but it seems like a possibly short along the way. So we'll look into this coming Monday. We'll take a look at Netflix as well, and we'll see what happens with BVN, FMCC, SodaStream, and possibly Netflix. So I'm just going to put FMCC back over here. I'm going to stop this recording, and I'll start recording sometime next week during market trading hours. Take care. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes into the market opening, just about 7 minutes. It's 9:37, October 13, 2014. What I'm looking at, I put BVN on the end, on the left end right here. Before it was on the middle. I just since we got out of BVN, we got stopped out for a profit of 11.64 per share. About 70 cents or so. I figured I'll put it on the left side, and I'll put FMCC in the middle since we made a Freddie Mac call. It's up just under 5% for the day today. And since we didn't get stopped at a SodaStream, I figured we'll have SodaStream on the right side, Freddie Mac in the center, and BVN on the left because we got stopped at. Remember, we got stopped at a BVN for a profit of, I believe, 65 to 70 cents a share. Ford, we lost 6 cents a share. So the profitability return is a lot greater with BVN than our loss with Ford. Okay, so we're still long FMCC. If you guys are unaware, we long FMCC at $1.89 with a stop order at 160. And the reason why we took this huge risk amount was because we felt that we needed some more room to run for Freddie Mac to grow. And we're looking for a target. We have a target price of roughly 240, 250. Means we possibly could get higher. However, 250 is our minimum mark. And remember, we're going to trail it up. Remember, we're looking for about 2.5 times of what we risk. With Freddie Mac, it's just under 2.5. It's like maybe 2.25, maybe 2 1/3. So just barely touching 2.5 with our target price, but nevertheless, we could see even $3, and that's way over 2.5 times. So that's something to look forward to. With SodaStream, we haven't got stopped out. Remember, SodaStream, our stop order with SodaStream was 2019. Our long position was 21.11. So we took about $1.10 risk on SodaStream per share. However, it traded sideways all the way to 2060 by the end of the close yesterday. Pretty much that's its lows of yesterday, and it gapped up today about 40 cents or so. It's right now trading at 21.03. Soon to be determined if that was true support. It's going to trail higher, or if it's going to take us out. If it does take us out, it should depreciate in value much more than where it's at right now. But like I said, it lost its value pretty much since its highs, pretty much half of its value since its highs. I think there's some eyebrows being raised about SodaStream. Possibly, well, not even the highs. It was at 70 at one point. Right now it's at 21 and change. So, it lost about 3.5 times. It's 3.5 times less than its highest value it's ever been. So, maybe it could raise some eyebrows for companies or investors to jump in. Maybe companies planning to do a buyout with SodaStream or whatever the case may be, because it's a lot more affordable than what it was 6 months ago. Okay, so that's something to look out for. Investors got out, we got in. We got in speculation that it's too cheap. Investors got out because they're sick and tired of waiting for somebody to buy out SodaStream. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right here, right now. Remember, we lost 6 cents a share on Ford. On BVN, we averaged, I believe it was about 75 cents per share. And FMCC, we were long at 189. It's 198. So we're up about 9 cents per share on FMCC currently. SodaStream, once again, like I said, we longed at 21.11. We're down about, you know what? I would say it's about break even because the ask is at 21.15 and the bid is at 21.01. So pretty much break even for SodaStream. I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna start recording sometime coming in the near future. So we'll see what happens in the near future. I'll pause it here. And remember, this course is brought to you by WorldTradingInstitute.com. Join us and take one of our courses. You'll learn how to trade and invest in the markets like I have for the last 12 years. So do yourself a favor. Before you start trading and investing, take a course with us, because if you do take a course with us, you'll be able to understand how to manage your money more efficiently. I'm going to pause it right here and I'll start recording real soon. Good morning, traders. It's 10:17 in the morning. Freddie Mac is at 205. SodaStream, it doesn't look like it's trying to hold here. So, I'm not sure if we're going to get stopped out or not. But SodaStream's still showing a further downtrend. And the only thing supporting is SodaStream is that hammer that was just formed with this support level, but it could just simply break through. But you see how there's a downtrend going down from whenever drop, but you see a higher high than this higher high, right? And the previous higher high was higher than this current one that was just formed today. So that's something to look out for. SodaStream could head lower here, but we'll see what happens. We're about 40 cents from getting stopped out, and it's pretty much trading at the lows of the day. This is what it looks like currently. This is what was just formed. You see somewhat of a support right here, a hammer over here. It's trying to confirm, trying to hold support. This is support right here. So it's trying to hold support. Will it hold support? Only time will tell. It currently looks like the Dow is heading lower. So the Dow's down 47 points. So if the Dow's down 47 points, I'm pretty sure as the Dow continues dropping and the Nasdaq continues dropping, SodaStream will follow through. Okay? So noticing that, I'd rather get taken out than exiting out of position. So, but what considering that, I'm looking at Apple, and I just want to see, well, the market's been going down and Apple's been somewhat stabilized. Is Apple a high right here for it to continue going lower? Or is Apple the stock that everybody's running to because they see it as a safer asset compared to other stocks out there? So that's something to look into. With the market's peaking at this level and it's trailing down right now, and it's trailed down yesterday, and it was down large the day before. Only makes me wonder, when will there be a short-term pop before a larger decline? Okay, so without no volume on the long side coming in today, it's very volatile. The markets are going down. But if there's an up move of, let's say, 200, 250 points, it would have been more healthier than the markets dropping an additional 2, 300 points today, and then rebounds, and then to set up for something even of a large downward move. If it was something more stable like we saw in the last 2 weeks of up move, a large up move, then a large down move, a large up move, a large down move, a large up move, a large down move. We've just seen down moves for 3 straight days now. So it would be healthier if there was an up move today than a down move today, just because it's going to show a longer downward trend the further the market goes down without a bounce upwards. Okay? So that's something to look out for. And remember, the longer trends are usually the stronger trends. Okay, I just want to put that out there. For example, let's take a look. For example, this hammer for on the 10-minute is not a long trend. Okay, can it support it and create some new support levels at this price? It's possible, but there's no trend confirming that. All right. What? But when you see over here a longer trend, oh, that's too long. Let's go 20 day. You see this trend right here, somewhat of a downtrend. Okay, so it can peak further down. There's a lot of resistance with this gap play. Okay, so and you've seen similar trends previously prior to this bar being formed. So you can see some. It looks somewhat similar over here than as over here. Okay, so there's something to look out for. A lot more red bars and green bars. You see, look at all these red bars, such little green bars, and same thing goes over there. So Freddie Mac 205 by 206. We're doing well in Freddie. Freddie's up 10% today. And let me just state something for you guys real quick, because I have a rule that you don't jump in unless you're really really sure. And I jumped in yesterday in the markets for Freddie Mac, I believe around 2 o'clock, and what I should have done as a swing trader, I should have waited around 3:40 to 4 o'clock to enter my trade. I got in a little early. I was just pulling the trigger, and that's a bad habit. Traders shouldn't do that. They should stay disciplined. However, I had a feeling that Freddie Mac will continue going up, so I didn't care if I pulled it at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, because I just wanted to get in. Okay, so I didn't mind paying a few cents more. All right. So, but take into consideration, never, if you're a swing trader and a stock went up rapidly for that day, wait for a pullback before you jump in. There's no pullback, buy in at 3:50, 4 o'clock, 10 minutes before the market close. Okay? If you're a day trader, it's a different story. You're trying to capture profits throughout the day. So if you pull the trigger, I really don't recommend you to pull the trigger at the highs of the day. But if you pull the trigger, you're a day trader, you seek that it'll go higher that day, then you probably see something that I haven't seen or I'm not just watching. Doesn't mean you're wrong. I just would not, as a day trader anyway, buy something that's up 10, 12% where I have to exit a position at the end of the day. Okay? That being said, I guess we're going to pause it right here. I'm just going to put this, the left side back on the Dow. You see, this is what the Dow is looking like. See, red, huge, large red bar, no green bar like I had previously. Another red bar. Well, are we going to get a green bar? Soon to be, soon to see. I mean, tell you the truth, the only way we're going to get a green bar is if the market. You see, this is support right here. Let me just put a guideline for you guys. This is a support level right there. Okay. Let's see if there's one any further back. Okay, look, there's a lot of support at that level. So technically, it could bounce off of these levels and show a strong, some type of buy around these levels. Let me just see if I could get it. Yeah, give or take. Let me just raise it a little bit. Okay? Something of that nature. Okay? We got one, two, I guess, 3. I think these two support levels are much stronger than these. Okay, but we have support at just under 16.4. So let's see where it goes when it drops an additional 100 points, or if he even does that. This could be a form of support since the Dow is close to its support levels. Maybe it'll bounce and start going up from here. I don't know how much, maybe 16.8 before it continues to go down. So we'll see if there's a bounce coming here upwards, just because we see support here. So chances are there might be a bounce within the next 100 downward points or so. So should go down maybe at most another 100, 125, 150 points tops, and then there should be some type of bounce going upward because of the support. But it could also bounce around right here at these levels, but I'm not sure. We'll see real soon. We'll see if these supports hold. I'm going to pause it right here. Let's just take a look at the 10-minute. Let's see how crappy SodaStream looks. Yep, it's pretty crappy right now. 2035 by 2038. I'm just going to pause it here. If we get stopped out, I'll let you guys know that we're stopped out. But we're about, I don't know, 20 cents away or so. Pause it here. Hey, it's 10:34 in the morning. Just started recording just to show you what SodaStream is doing. It's 2026 by 2029. 3 cent spread. The spread obviously tightened up. However, we're at 2019 with a stop order. So hasn't hit us yet, but we're so close to getting stopped out. I figured, I should record this to see if we do get stopped out or if it forms support. So I'm gonna mute my mic here, but let the recording continue so you can see for yourself. So this is SodaStream. Remember, our stop order is at 2019. Okay, so we're a couple of pennies away from getting stopped out. We'll see if somebody steps in and holds it up or let it form a new all-time low. As you can see, the buyers step back in, but however, they're weakening right now once again. So we'll see as it continues how it battles out. I think there's just about 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes left before this time frame ends. The Dow popped the last 10 minutes. So that's a good thing. The Dow's still down 40 points, but that pop is not extreme. It's not a strong up movement. It's just a little uptick. Um, Nothing to brag about, but we'll see. Maybe we'll see what happens real soon. Maybe if the market continues bouncing off these lows here, it'll help push SodaStream upwards. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna mute my mic once again, but I'm gonna let the recording continue live. Okay, I just want to see if we get stopped out or if it forms some type of support. So this is a 1 minute. Each bar represents 1 minute. This whole chart is for the whole day. So I have the today. This would be a 1 day, 3 day, 7-day, and each bar represents 1 minute. Okay, but we're looking at today's chart just from the market open till now on the 1 minute. See if there's some type of bounce of support. It looks like there is on the 1 minute, so that's not too bad. Especially MAC histogram looks like it's trying to go back upwards. It's not too bad. We'd like to see go to like, I don't know, 40 for some type of support, and that's not even a strong support. That's just like, I have a little life to me, there's a pulse. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. But as you can see, it has not stopped us out. Our stop order was at 2019, and it's just lingering, about 10 cents above it right now. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to pause it right here, and I'll start recording real soon. I just, I wanted to see if we would have got stopped out or not. I wanted for you guys to view it firsthand to see what happens when it's around your stop order. And usually if you place the right stop order, you usually see buyers step in and hold it up. I mean, with SodaStream, it did that, but it did do that, but it wasn't as strong as I would hope. Remember, we placed our stop order below its all-time lows, which was formed right here, a few days ago. So I was hoping to see a bounce word here because remember, this is its all-time lows, and I'll just show you. So 20 years is a little too long, but let's do 10 years. Okay, so this is where it's at right now. Our stop order is a penny below that, right? So I was hoping for, they would bounce off those lows and just shoot right up. It's still possible. Just in these market conditions, I don't know how possible it is. If the market shoots up from here, it would be a good thing, but it's not right now. And let's go back into the 1 minute and watch SodaStream get hammered right now. No, you see, the buyers are stepping in every time it goes to 26. All right, that's a good news for us. Okay, I'm just going to wait for this time frame to end, and then I will pause it. This is another 15 seconds or so. Okay, so you see the buyer stepping at 27, keeps disappearing and coming back, playing games. He's trying to hold up the market, trying to hold it at 27, I guess. But it would have been nice if there was like a 31 or a 32 print. Okay, so this time frame I believe just ended. And I'm going to pause it here. Let's just see the next trade. And there it is. Oof, that doesn't look good. We're going to get stopped out right now. A gap down. Oof. Oh, that's terrible. All right, we're going to get stopped out real soon. We're a penny away. A penny away. It's at its all-time lows at 2020 right now. It never touched 2019 in its entire life. And yeah, this 2017, 2015, we got stopped out. Okay, so we lost $1.10 on SodaStream. Remember, we had, I believe we would pick, we got about 350 shares or so. We try not to risk no more than $400 per trade. Okay, anywhere from 300 to 400 per trade, sometimes 500. Nothing more extreme than that. But I would say an average of $400 a trade. So SodaStream $1.10. I would say about 300, 350 shares. Okay, so remember, it's risk-reward ratio, risk-reward management. You have to you have to trade based on the risk associated per trade. So, like for example, Freddie Mac, we have 1,500 shares. Why? Because we took a risk of $1.60 from where we got it at, which was $1.89, so 30-cent risk, right? So we purchased 1,500 shares because we're associating our risk with the reward. So our risk right now would be technically $300 if we got stopped out, right? Okay, so remember, it's a risk-reward ratio. So same thing with BVN. With BVN, we also picked up 1,500 shares because our risk-reward ratio was a lot less than even Freddie Mac and SodaStream. So with BVN, we longed at 1089 with our original stop at 1065. So we were taking about 25 cents risk, So 25 cents risk, 1,500 shares is about $400. Okay, so that's doable. And then we raise our stop to 1075, then to 1079, and then 1164, and that's where we got stopped out at 1164. Okay, remember I told you guys in the beginning you have to be careful with the markets. Okay, look, so we got stopped out here, but we'll see what happens with SodaStream. But remember when I said you have to be careful with the markets and you have to put tighter stops on? With SodaStream, I chose not to do that because I want to place my stop order under its all-time low, expecting, hoping that buyers would step in and push it up. But the market is just declining. As you can see, a green bar was formed and a red bar pretty much almost to match that green bar currently, and there's another 7 minutes remaining. But you know, in this market conditions, you have to, especially if you're longing, you have to trail up your stops. You have to have tight stops, and I'll show you what I mean as I show you what Ford has been doing. You see, it's at 1366. We got stopped out at 1384 for a 6 cents loss. We trailed it up, right? So it's not too bad that we got stopped out. We took small losses because there's a bigger disaster waiting to happen. Now, if the markets did not look as what they currently do with a huge downward movement, then our stops would be a lot looser. The fact is, we know that the market's turning around, and if you're long here, you need to have tighter stops. Oh, don't get me wrong. I believe there should be uh, at least a 250 point, 300 point bounce upward move before it continues down. But, you know, right now that doesn't look the case. So you have to have that. If you're longing, you have to have tighter stops, right? So that's what Ford is doing. And this is what BVN's doing. You know, it's at support. Granted, you know, we got stopped out at 1164. So we got stopped out around here, but it's above that. Okay, you know, I give it that. You can't always you know, you can't always not get stopped out and reap more rewards. But 1164 was good for us. Remember, this is a down market, and the PVN is up, so you know, an additional 2%. And nothing to brag about, but you know, PVN is battling resistance at $12. So if it, you know, if the market turns around, maybe it'll continue going higher. But if the market corrects, I think it's going to follow. All right. So that's you know, something to pay attention to. MJNA. This is a penny stock. Don't mind me. I'm just this is medical marijuana stock. You see, all you traders that are familiar with this, okay, this right here, this move, you know, you guys, oh, it's a doji. Yeah, it's a buy when it's at a bottom and at support, okay, but now, you might be saying, oh, there's no support to follow through. Well, let me show you what it looked like the last 3 years. This is support following through. Okay? We got a guideline. This is support following through. This is support following through. Okay? So I'm expecting another one. So I would assume, and now let me go on the 2-year. You see this right here? I would have assumed, I apologize, that this would pop above that. If this stock, let me go, oops, MJNA. If this stock breaks below this long shadow, this doji is a failure. I mean, it's right above it. You can see the buyers came in today and pushed it up. So it's right above it, like just barely trickling above that level. So let's take a look. You see, so 10.5. All right, so it ticked down to what was it? Yeah, it ticked down to 10.5, and then shot up. So this is what it looks like. You see, it touched 10.5 before. So your stop order on this bad boy should be, I believe it was, you can put 10.4, 10.3, because if it breaks on the 10.5, it's going lower. However, the previous recording, I said this is something to look out for, and I assumed it would pop within the week. It didn't happen. Monday came, it popped up. You know what? Maybe need some more time, or just maybe this is also headed for a disaster during the market collapse. Look right here. Look what SodaStream's doing, forming some type of support. You know, this is an insult to me and to all technical traders if you hold here. Um, is it going to hold? Maybe it'll make a bounce upwards. Who knows with the way this market condition is going up. But we'll see what happens shortly. Um, Once again, this is World Trading Institute. We're up about 9% for the day with Freddie Mac. SodaStream got stopped out. Okay, and we'll see what happens as time progresses. This is what the market looks like. Doesn't look too healthy. So um, maybe we could find some shorts. I really would like to short Apple. Oops, wrong ticker symbol. But there's so much momentum, according to other people, going into Apple, where you're so. You see, this is. Oh, that's a nice M wedge. Yeah. Gotta see what it looks like on longer outlook. Well, could form support here and bounce. So, this is something we can't even look at. It's a 50-50 ratio. I'm looking for something. Ooh, look at Tesla. 222. This bad boy wanted to go. Yeah, we spoke about shorting Tesla, then longing Tesla, then we got out of Tesla altogether. See what happens when you don't get out of position and take your profits? All right, so let's go to Netflix. Yep. I figured these two would be the two that destroy the markets. The two overbought stocks. It's crazy, huh? Look at that. Tesla is down 40 points from its highs, which was, what is this, a 60-minute? You're really kidding me? This is not even daily. Was it 5 days? 3 days? Well, look at this, from 3 days, from 261 to 222. Okay, 3 days. Netflix, same thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is when Netflix looks on the weekly. Oh God, excuse me. Oh wow, this is a long-term short. Well, we'll see what happens. Bouncing around those levels. I'm gonna pause it here. I gotta go get something. Pretty tired for some reason. Gotta go get an energy bar or something. Stay awake. I'll start recording real soon. FMCC is at 204. SodaStream got stopped out. BVM we made a profit, and Ford we got stopped out. Okay, so we'll do the calculations later on when we're done with FMCC, the last trade. I would start making another recording, but it's just too long. I mean, I'll stop this recording and post it on World Trading Institute. Then I'll follow through with another recording in the coming days. Okay? I'm going to pause it here and I'll start recording when there's time. And once we get stopped out of Freddie Mac, and I'll stop this recording altogether. Hey, Zelman here once again. It's 12:34 in the afternoon right now, and Freddie Mac at 220, up 17+% for the day. The Dow finally found the bottom at 16,480, like I assumed it would. It started trailing upwards again. It's at 16,580. The whole thing is, I would really, really like to see the Dow go to around, I would say, 16.7 mark, and maybe trade sideways for a whole day before it continues to go higher. Right now, what we're looking at, remember we got stopped at a SodaStream at right here, pretty much at its lows. It bounced up and looked like it formed a W wedge, so it looks like it took us out, formed a new all-time low, and found some type of support and stability. However, I'm still procrastinating. I don't want to jump in the long when I just got stopped out of a long. That's my rule. So we're going to stay away from SodaStream right for now. We'll see what it does if it progresses and forms a strong base where we can figure out if it's a buy or not from here. As for the Dow, You see it's forming a hammer. I mean, there's 3.5 hours left, but you see somewhat of a hammer being formed. A stronger green bar would be nicer. And remember, every time we saw some type of hammer being formed at the low, it went up. Well, it hasn't done that too many times over here on the daily chart on the Dow. But for every down move, there should be an up move. We haven't seen one yet, and the Dow being up 42 points right now is not considered some type of up move, just because we've seen 200 to 300 plus swings throughout a trading day. Okay, so that's what we're going to look out for right now. As far as BVN, pretty much trading around on Friday's highs, trading around there. Looks like it's trying to head higher, to be frank with you. So it looks like we got stopped out yesterday at 1164 or so. Got stopped out this morning, gapped up, and pretty much trailing at its highs of Friday. So, well, we'll see what it does over here. Remember, we got out of position. We don't get into positions we got out of for a profit or a loss for that matter. Okay? It's one thing if you're flipping your trade, for example. Let's say I'm long and I got stopped out, and then I'm short. That's more feasible. But like I said, during these market conditions, you can't do such a thing because the market is down, several hundred points in the last 2 trading days. Okay, so there could be a bounce upward before the short continuation, so you don't want to get caught short here. Now, if you're short here, I recommend you to trail those stop orders down. If you're not short here and you're looking for a quick bounce up, this looks like it's the opportunity. Remember, I think maybe we'll see 16.8 before continuation. I mean, it depends what happens. For example, if it goes to 16.7 and trade sideways for a whole trading day and then pops, if it trades to 16,700 and trades sideways for about 7 to 8 hours, it formed a strong support level, and then it pops the following day into 17,000. All right, that's a huge bullish signal. The trend could reverse itself. However, if it bounces off this level and tomorrow trades up to 16.8, 16.9, and it doesn't trade sideways for at least 7 to 8 hours and continues its path downward, well, chances are the market's gonna form a newer low after that point. But it's too soon to determine which way it's headed. So right now, we're still long Freddie Mac. We got out of position at SodaStream. We got out of BVN. Freddie Mac is the only position we're currently long at. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to put everything on the 10-minute, 1 day. Okay, so this is today's on the Dow. So that's looking good. You see this right here, broke its downtrend, bouncing around ever since. The sad thing is we got taken out of SodaStream and it formed a base. And this could be its bottom. However, I really just don't like the trend that it made the last day into today because it's showing more of a bearish trend moving forward. When it was an upward trend, here, let me just form trend lines. When it was an upward trend like this, it looked good, it traded sideways. But however, with this downward trend like this, it shows that it can form a continuation of a downward trend. Okay, so you don't want the long here, you don't want the short here. You just do not want to be in this position, SodaStream, as of right now, because well, it looks like it's going lower, but remember the market needs to make some type of bounce, before it continues to go lower. So hopefully this is the bounce it's making. Then we can talk about getting in shorts. Well, we technically have to see and wait what the market does moving forward here because there's a lot of things that can play out in these volatile markets, right? Like I said, if it trades to 16.7 or so and then trades for a full day, when I mean a full day, I'm talking about like 6 to 8 hours of sideways trading between 680 and 720, just bounces around, trades sideways for about a full day, that will form some type of strong support stating that the Dow could go higher the following day or at the end of that day, leading into a higher open for the following day. Okay. However, if it goes to, let's say, 16,720 and it trades, you know, sideways for, I don't know, 20 minutes and then trades back down, or it trades upwards, chances are there's a shorter there's a longer short waiting to happen. So, you know, a larger market drop. So there, you have to be careful how you position yourself. This is a very volatile market. You know, it's not one of those. It's not a market where it trades 80 points a day or, you know, 120 points a day. You know, this market doesn't trade like that for the last couple of days. So you have to be very, very smart with your trades, and remember to place your stop orders more tighter than what they should be, because during this market conditions, the market could go against you, and if you have a loose stop, you know, it's going to stop you out at a much higher price than you should, because if the market's going to go one direction, pretty much it's going to flow through that direction uh, during these volatile times. So that's why tight stops are necessary. Um, you know, so we'll see what the market has to hold. It looks like the market's battling a small type of resistance right now. And we'll see what happens here. I'll pause it here. Just don't want to take much longer than we should. We have just FMCC left. I'll provide a stop order by I would say by the close of today, or you know, maybe after the close. I just want to see where exactly we should place our stop. I didn't do that for BVN because frankly we profited enough and I was worried it was going to peak at one point. And it could peak right here. I really don't know, but you know, someone looks like a bear flag right here. So usually when I get stopped out, I place my stop order at the right places, and I'm going to teach you how to do the same exact thing, okay? At worldtradinginstitute.com, I'm going to show you where to place those stop orders, and you know, so you can follow similar steps as a trader as I do. Okay, so I'm just looking at the rest of the market. Citigroup look like it's bottomed here. This could be an up move going along. Uh, so let's just take a look at oh, there we go. So this is what Citigroup looks like on the 10-minute. I just want to see what it looks like on the daily and on the weekly. So what I'm looking at is Citigroup. In order for this to be a buy, it has to pretty much uh, close above this red bar for this week or up to it. Okay, so let's go further back. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 year. And my phone. Let me pause it right here, and I'll start recording as soon as I get a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, it's roughly almost 12:50 in the afternoon, about 30 seconds to 12:50 on October 13th, 2014, and look like the market just peaked. I mean, like you see this downtrend pop. Okay, wait, but really didn't go as high. It was battling this resistance. So it looked like it peaked at this level. Looking at Freddie Mac over here, obviously SodaStream we got taken out over here, and you know, seems like it formed W wedge. However, the resistance is still there. Okay, so it looked like the market peaked at this point. So this probably could be its continuation to a market short. So you know what? Let's look for a short now, okay? I mean, if we could find one, doesn't mean we're just going to jump in short anything, right? So let's see what we can find. You know, let's see what BVN did. Remember, we're long BVN. You know what? Let's short BVN. Hold on, let me just double check before I even make a statement of that. Okay, let's just see what BVN. Oh, well, could be its top, could be. All right, let me just double check. Oh, we might need a little bit more confirmation, tell you the truth. Okay? The reason why I say this, well, resistance is above this red bar right here. I just want to see, well, where does BVN stand right here? You see, oh, this is a very nice upward trend chart for BVN. Okay, so I just want to see what does it do here. And we'll see. We'll keep BVN on over here. Actually, you know what? We'll look around. We'll come back at BVN in a few minutes. Let's see what Sprint's doing. Okay. Let's see what Ford's doing. Okay. Still looking like a short in my book, but it already went down so much. Let's see what WIE is doing. Okay. Guess they don't exist no more. Let's look at GILD. Gilead. Remember, they have a hepatitis C drug that supposedly cures hepatitis C, and supposedly the medication is about $100,000 per individual. Okay, so this is GILD. It seems like it's trying to hold this line right here, but there's a lot of resistance, and it's at $103 a share. So you know, any man's game over here. It looks about 50-50 when I look at this trend line. So let me show you this trend line right here. This is a ridiculous trend line. This is where it could go before it goes up. But you have support right here. And obviously it's trying to hold the support right here, right now, for the day, what it just created. Okay, it doesn't mean it will, but you see it's trying to form support right here. Alright, so that's something to look at. Let's see what else is there. You know, let's see what the market's holding for Tesla today. Okay, so this is Tesla, and you know what? It probably peaked before it will continue going lower. Alright, but it already dropped so much, I don't even want to take a look at it. Let's take a look at Microsoft. And well, it looks like Nasdaq stocks are pretty much doing the same thing. Okay, so that's what it seems like. Let's look at medicine. So we got to find some type of trend where yeah, no, I apologize for not speaking, but just analyzing the chart. Okay, so trying to find out some rhythm. And tell you the truth, there is no rhythm. Alright? Let's just take a look at BVN. Okay, this is what BVN is doing right now. I would like to see something so I can make that call. But if you don't see it, you can't trade it, right? See, even though you know, it's still Citigroup still looks like a buyer regardless of what the Dow did over here and what Citigroup did over there. Just because it didn't confirm that bearish move. It just like said peekaboo, you know, I'm there, but I'm really not there. It was just like a washout short trade. You know, same thing goes for this technically. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, the market could still be long from here. This just looked like a bounce to scare people. And that's why you have to be really patient when you enter your trades. You can't jump in. When you see something like, oh, I could get in this position short right now, I made a bounce. Yeah, but you know what I look at when I'm trading, and there's a lot of things I look at, but what disturbs me into getting short over here after this, you know, the market's up 30 points or so, and you know, it was up as much as 70 points, and it bounced off its lows or whatever it was. Well, but what I'm paying attention of, these new higher lows. So you see with Citigroup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I see all these new higher lows on the 1-minute Citigroup, and you see the same thing for the Dow. 1, you know, 2, 3, 4, you know, 4 I guess on the 10-minute. So you see, look, 1, 2, 3. You know, so it's you see higher lows and you see higher highs being formed. So there are higher support levels being confirmed and there's higher resistance levels being confirmed as time progresses. All right, so that's why I'm skeptical about getting in the short right here. All right, so you know the market needs to bounce upwards anyway, and it's already, you know, I think it's due for a up move compared to the previous market conditions for the last 2 weeks or so. But we have to see. So you have to be real careful. Don't let these patterns fake you out. You know, it could go, it could be short, but in my opinion, it looks like a fake at this level unless there's further confirmation of support and resistance where a lower resistance is formed and a lower support is formed moving forward than the current levels. Okay? It probably sounds difficult for you guys. I promise you, if you take a course at worldtradinginstitute.com, I'll clarify it and make it as detailed as I can. Um, but let's just look at BVN because BVN, I'm curious if it is a short or if it'll go higher. Um, just paying attention, you see it doesn't look too bad. It still looks like it's strong over here. So, you know, we're not going to chase this and get in. We made our money in this. But, you know, sometimes, you know, traders see an opportunity to get back in and to make more money on a particular trade, and they do so. That's okay. That's fine. You know, you get out, you see, you protect your assets, and you see the stock continuing going the same way, and you want to get back in, even if you paid a little bit more, but you're more sure that it's going higher. That's fine. That's what trading is all about. You know, usually when a stock goes against you and you get stopped out for a loss, usually you don't want to go back into it because you're going to trade into it with a bad habit and a bad mentality going forward. So you look for something else, but if you profited on the stock and because you thought it was going to go against you, you wanted to capture your profits and you've done so. And then, you know, the following day you see the stock stabilizing, you found the bottom and it could go higher. Yeah, you could get in long. Absolutely. That's part of trading. You shouldn't be like, oh, I got out of this. That's it. I'm done. I'm looking for something else. You know, individuals that particularly follow stocks a lot, like if you follow Ford all day long, you'll have a good grasp on how Ford moves to make money. If you follow FMCC consistently, you'll follow the movements that it wants to make. You know, if you continuously watch certain stocks and pay attention to how they trade, you're able to profit off of them because you understand how their trade works, right? So, you know, that's a key thing that you should think of as you plan to start trading ahead. And, you know, you'll take it from there. Now look at Freddie Mac, 224, up 37 cents today, almost 20% for the day. This is amazing. Those people that were long and got out of position at a good price, good for them. The ones that haven't got out of position and that sat here all this time, well, you know what? Chances are you get your opportunity to get out real soon. And remember, you know, target price is about 250, 255, but for some reason I'm expecting to get some more, maybe $3. So we'll see what happens. And my whole thing is just to trail up, I'll stop until Freddie Mac takes us out. You know, I use that for a lot of different trading stocks pretty much all the time, unless I feel like it's going to go against me right then and there. So, you know, and, you know, even right now with these market conditions, and it looks like if you pay attention to the Dow, let's just go into 1 minute. Maybe you can see it better. It's forming a support right here, right? Let me just go into today. See right here? At 560, it's trying to form another support level. Does it form it? Well, soon to be said. But remember when I told you, if you got out of position and you see something that you can position yourself into and you profit off of it, but you see it stabilize? Okay, so the same thing's happening with BVN right now. I just want to see a '08 print to confirm my buy. Reason why? Because today's highest print was '07, okay? And as a matter of fact, not only '07, you see, it didn't, it went to 106. I want to see a 108 print. And yesterday's print was 1206 too. So today it printed a penny higher today, but I want it to break out. So I wanted to see 1208 and then on long. Now we're talking about breakout tradings, which I haven't even spoke about. So we're looking for a breakout trade at 1208. You got a nice reversal play over here. It seems like you got a nice little support around here with a head over here, a little shoulder over there. You know, a little choppy shoulders, but nevertheless, it's a huge support level. And right now, I'm waiting for a 1208 print to go long. The reason why I'm waiting for a 1208 print, because it's a breakout. And there's certain rules. There's something called the 10-15 rule. I'll get into that while trading at World Trading Institute with you guys when you take a trading course with us. But right now, what I want to see is a 1208 print. You know, the battling fives and sixes right now, fives and sixes. But as soon as I see a 1208 print, I want to go long again. And remember, you don't have to be in front of the computer to wait for a 1208 print. What you could do is enter a buy, stop, order above the market price. Okay? So there you go, oh 08, oh 09. Do you see how everything flipped? Okay, we're long here right now. You see how it flipped to 09 right away. Everybody waited for 08 print. And now we have a BVN breakout. Okay, so our stop order for BVN is going to be the lows of today. Okay, not the lows of yesterday, but the lows of today. So it's at 1170. So we're pretty much taking a 40 cent per share risk. You know, you individuals would probably pick up, I mean, I pick up 1,000 shares because it's a $400 risk. And like I said, I risk anywhere from 300 to 500 per trade, maybe like more like 350 to 500 per trade. So we're taking a $400 risk. And don't forget, you don't have to, I'm doing it as the low of the day right now because I just got in this trade and I'm expecting a further up movement in it. But you're not required to take that risk. You can actually place a stop order at its second support level. I have my stop order at its third support level. And there's actually one on the, and I'll show you the fourth support level. So you can actually place your stop order on the second support level or even the first. The first I wouldn't give because it's too close and it needs a little breathing room. So placing your order at the very first support level at 1195 probably won't do justice for you. If you place your stop order at 1185, it gives it a little bit more breathing room. That's understandable. I think that's an original place someone should place their stop order. It's usually the second support level, below the second support level, or above the second resistance level. However, mine is on the third one, which is right here at 1170. So we're taking a about 40, a little less than 40 cents, but let's say a 40-cent risk, give or take. But it's not necessary. And the fourth support level, somebody will place a stop order below this, the shadow of this green bar at a low of a stop order at 1145. Okay, so there's several places where you can place your stop order. Every individual is different. If you're a day trader, you would probably take one of these two stop orders. I'll place a guideline for you guys. If you're a day trader, you'll probably place your stop order at below this green bar, a penny below that, or a penny below this green bar right here. I place my stop order as a swing trader over here, and some swing traders will place their stop order over there, and even trend traders. But everybody's different, you know. I don't think it's feasible for a day trader to take a 50 cents risk or even placing a stop order at 1140 when it's at 1209 as a day trader. You know, what is that? A 70-cent move? I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. How much you're looking to make? 70 cents, or is it you're trying to match your stop order? You know, it doesn't make sense. When somebody's risking, you know, maybe 10 cents to receive 70-cent return, that's feasible. You know, if you're risking 40 cents to receive $1, that's feasible, okay? Or maybe 90 cents, that's feasible. You know, so somewhere around that. Remember, you were trying to make about 2.5 times per trade. Obviously more if you can, but when you look for when you look for a target price, your target price always should show 2.5 times more. Okay, so now let's take a look at Freddie Mac. Remember, we longed here at 12.08. We have a stop order at 11.70. But Freddie Mac trailed down. Look a little bearish right here with this large red bar. But the time frame is not over yet, so we can wait and see. For the 1 minute, you see how it formed support here. But now look at this. It formed. I just want you to pay attention. The first support level, this was higher. This was the highest one, and then this was the highest one. But then there was a lower support level and the lower support level. You see over here, this was a higher resistance level, and right now this is a lower resistance level than the previous one. Okay, so now we have to see, there's one thing that comes down to right now this market. Now we have to see if this support level is broken. If this support level is broken, let me just put a guideline right here for you guys. If this support level is broken, stock market's going back down right now, okay? So let's pay attention to the 1 minute. And for you traders that got in short right now, it's, you day traders, it's possibly a good short. However, I want you just to pay attention. This is a shoulder right here. This is a head over here. And if it could form another shoulder right here, come in here, right here in the next, 1 to 6 minutes or so, it could form a reversal head and shoulders and continuing up, move up. Okay, and you see how it's forming the support level right now. So you see what's going on here, and it's pretty interesting that the market's trying to hold up. So you have to be very careful with your positions because, just because it broke through the first support level and the second one, and this is on the 1 minute. I never base my stop orders on the 1 minute. I just want to see what it wants to do moving forward for the next 1 minute into 20 minute time frame. When I look at the 10 minutes more when I establish my stop orders. The reason for that, it gives me an idea of where a base is, okay? So that's how I base my stop orders like that. You see over here on the 10 minute, I showed you where the bases are for every area. So it gives me indication of a stronger base. And you could do the same thing for, 60 minute, but I think that's too long. But that gives you a better indication of a base. Like, for example, if you're a trend trader, you probably place your stop order below this long shadow moving forward, right? Because obviously you're looking to hold the position maybe for 2 weeks to 3 months, 6 months or so, So that's something you would do. But as a swing trader, that's too long of a time frame for me. I just want to base my stop orders pretty much depending on where I believe it belongs. I shouldn't take that much of a risk because I'm out anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. So why would I take a similar risk like yours, right? Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to pause it here. And remember, we're still long Freddie Mac. We got on long BVN. We're up about 2 cents or so on BVN. And for the Dow, we're pretty much watching it try to climb back up without being destroyed further, with the continuation of the market trend going downward. So I'm going to pause it right here, and you see, you see this red bar right here. If there's a green bar that goes to like 1585, it'll just confirm it's a reversal on the 1 minute, and it'll form a higher high, which right now hopefully will push BVN higher, which currently BVN is shaking up higher at 12.14. So remember, we got out of BVN at 11.64. We got stopped out. We took 75 cents, right? We profited 75 cents. We found some support. We said, oh, it's going higher here, but now our risk is at 11.70, and we got in at 11.07. Okay, so it's going in our favor right now. It formed a new high. It's breakout trading. It's continuing its movement upwards. So that's a good thing, but you see the market's trailing right now, look like downwards, forming somewhat resistance. We want to see another shoulder pop, and it has like another 3 minutes to form. So if it doesn't form in the next 3 minutes, I'll pause it here, pause it. Otherwise, actually, I'll mute my mic and let it record for 2-3 minutes. And if it doesn't form there, I'll just pause it because the recording's taking pretty long today. So if you notice, it's trying to, well, we'll see right here. It's trying to make its move right now. And here it is. If it breaks on the 1560, the head and shoulders reversal hasn't been formed. And it looks like an M wedge is being formed right now. So we can see it collapse right here on the 1 minute if it does not bring itself up right now on the Dow. So I would say another minute or two to confirm it. Okay, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, we got about a minute 30 left or so. So we'll wait and see. Since it's a minute 30, I'll mute my mic one more time. Okay, the reversal head and shoulders on the 1 minute out of play. And it looks like the shorts are coming back in right now. You see that? It looked like an M wedge is formed. And we'll see what happens in the coming moments, but it looks like the Dow is about to head back towards negative territory for the moment, and we'll see what happens with the Dow moving forward. But it looks like it's trying to head back to negative territory right now after this was broken, and it seems like that's what it's going to do. And while it does that, it seems like BVN is testing its highs of the day, so go BVN. Uh, I like the inverse relationship going on right now with the two. Okay, so we'll see what happens. The market's only up 11 points, and I'll pause it right here. So remember, the the, uh, the trend, the upward move was broken for the Dow, so we can see it decrease lower here, moving forward. But I'll pause the recording right now, and we'll continue further. And here goes the Dow collapse, like I stated. Well, this is a 10 minute. Let me show you. We were on the 1 minute. I apologize. It's like 2 minutes in after. I just couldn't wait no longer. And you see how it just popped? Here we go. Dow's back negative 12 points. It was up 12 points. It was positive 12 points. So it pretty much made a 22-point swing in the matter of a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes. Okay? So this is what the market's looking like right now. But remember, now take a look at this. And this is why you have to take a course with us at worldtradinginstitute.com, because we can show you everything that's about to happen. And me as a trader doing this for so long, I can point out pretty much everything I see. I don't see everything, but when I do, I point it out. So now this could be a support level for the Dow moving forward. Okay? So this could be a support level. Is this support level? Well, let's see. I'm gonna mute my mic once again, and I hate muting my mic. I usually just like recording and pausing and then showing it to you again, because I believe sometimes people get bored when they don't hear this sexy voice. Okay, but I'm gonna mute my mic once again, and I'm gonna let you watch it and see if it holds that trend. It's right now at that trend line, that upward trend. Let's see if it breaks it, or if it shoots up from there. Okay, and remember, it has to be a strong candlestick. It can't be a shadow that's underneath it, just a candlestick. All right, that's a big block of red bar. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to let it trade while you and I are watching this. You see how, you notice how it bounced off the lows over here on the Dow with the support level? You see that? Okay, so it bounced off the lows. Well, it's not, technically it's not the lows. It bounced off the support level, right? Well, I'm supposed to, this is more, I believe, inaccurate. Yeah, that's more accurate, but you got the idea, right? I'm sorry I didn't make the trend line perfect for you. But it bounced off of it, trailing up from there. We'll just see how strong this bounce is. And, you know, if it goes to 16,560 to 16,570, that's a pretty strong support, okay? But we have to see if it does that. And I'm going to mute the mic. I'm not going to mute it. I'm going to actually pause. Well, let's look for a stop order for Freddie Mac now, since, you know, dropped about 5% from its highs. So we have to look for a place to capture some profits. Remember, key is to capturing profits. You can always get back in, but you need to capture something and not lose your money. All right, so, and don't want to give this much back, right? An extra 10 cents. Well, we already gave 5 cents back. So don't want to give back, well, we gave already 10 cents back. So I don't want to give too much back. I will say we'll give back until here. So I'll place our stop order at 210, okay? So remember, we want to profit. We got in 1190, right? So if we got in at 1190 and we 1189 and we had 1,500 shares, that's $300 profit. If we get out now, you know, that's a little bit more, but we're willing to take a little bit more risk to ride out, see if it bounces. But remember, we're trying to capture profits, and that's the whole goal. If you capture profits, you'll be successful. So we'll place our stop order for FMCC from 160. Remember, it was all the way at 160 to 210, okay? And we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, it could hold over here, absolutely. But worst case scenario, if it touches 210, we're out. And we made about 21 cents per share, which is pretty good. Okay? I'm going to pause. I apologize if you hear something in the background. But my fax machine's going off right now. And I'm going to pause it right here, but you see the support. We want to see it above 16,560 would be nice if it can do 16,560 because it will form us a support, a nice support base. However, if it doesn't do that, this could be an upward bounce heading downwards, right? So we want that. We want to see a breakthrough 560. I'll pause it right here. I'll start recording soon. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's roughly 7:05, 7:07 p.m. on October 13, 2014, Eastern Standard Time. Just want to, I wasn't able to make any recordings after I had that call. I had to run an errand and just got back in maybe 15 minutes ago. But I just want to finish with a final wrap up going into tomorrow. As you can see, what happened was, remember I showed you this trend upwards of 25, maybe, I can't go in closer, but I stated, well, this would be the first support level. Let's see if it can hold this trend line, right? And it did, and I said, well, if it closes at 12,560, it might form some type of support, and it did just that. However, the bears came back in and formed a lower resistance, okay, a stronger resistance. This was the first one, and this is the second one, stating that the bears are back in the game, right? So then what happened right after? There is a lower support level. So there was a new support level. So it shows that the trend has changed from this point down to this point. Hold on, let me see if I could make this trend line for you guys. Just bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. Okay. So I'm not going to make it perfect, but there you go. So from an upward trend that the market was going throughout the day on the 1 minute, failed right here at this time frame at roughly 2:30 in the afternoon, and a downward trend started because this uptrend was broken, and you can see as this trend line continues going down smoothly without being broken, and it continued, and then just the market started cracking at the end of the day. Okay, so that's what happened with the Dow today. Well, pretty much all of the markets. Nasdaq is down 62, S&P is down 31, and the Dow is down 223 points. Right? But for Freddie Mac, we had our stop order at 210. It trailed around, I think it trailed as low as 213. It's 215. It closed at 215. The final trade after hours was at 216. It's up 29 cents for the day. Currently, I believe our stop order is at the perfect price. I don't want to lower it because if I lower it, I'm going to not capture any profits. If I don't give it any room to run tomorrow, it can go in our favor, stop us out. So you know what? It's at 216. Our stop order is at 210. I'm willing to take an additional 6-cent risk to see if we can capture a higher move upwards for Freddie Mac. And for BVN, our stop order I believe was at 1170 on the lows of the day, a penny below that 1169. However, what happened was at the end of the day, I think the last 10 minutes while the market was crashing, Freddie Mac popped to, I'm sorry, not Freddie Mac, BVN popped to 1197. And remember, I placed my stop order right over here at the low of the day, and I showed you that there's 4 different stop orders. And you can see I entered the right one, even though this stop order still held true as a support level, but it just shadowed it out. That's why you want to give it a little breathing room when you enter trades. You see, when I enter position, I pretty much enter my stop order either a couple of pennies below the low or a couple of pennies above the high, depending if I'm long or short. I just think that's just, overall a smarter trade than to long a position, and it's just, place a stop order maybe 10 pennies away from its lows of the day. I'd rather just take that additional 10 pennies risk and see if it holds true support, which it did. It closed to 1197 after hours. But during market hours, it closed at 1180. So you know what? It's up 17 cents market hours, which is good for us. So that's what it looks like. But you know what? Let's look for some shorts because the market's down 223 points. So I'm not saying we're getting in short tomorrow, but we would like to capture some type of short. I mean, we're long this whole time. I mean, we haven't done bad during this market while we were short, right? While we were long, even though the market collapsed, I believe when we were short, what was that high of? I wouldn't say so. It was a high of about almost 17,000 and 16,321. So the market dropped almost 650, 700 points while we were longing, and throughout the time we were still able to make a small profit. So that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good, especially if you look at a trader's perspective. Well, you're profitable longing the markets while the market dropped 700 points. Like really? Like what are you doing? Well, this is what we're doing, and I'm showing it to you live at worldtradinginstitute.com. When you take a course with us, you'll understand this in full detail. That's what I do. I educate individuals to become more intelligent investors and traders. So let's just see if we can find something to short now. I'm not saying we're going short, but potentially we will seek for a short. So like Tesla caught my attention. I mean, it dropped so hard. For some reason it's still screaming short. But the whole thing is, at these levels I'm really scared, but you got this huge head and shoulders, and this thing could go to $150. But like I said, it's already out of that way. What did I pay attention to? There's one stock, and then obviously it's not this. But what I did pay, not Netflix, but what I did, which is also a very interesting stock, by the way. I do apologize for cutting myself off. But Netflix looks pretty good as far as a short, too. So, that looks pretty sexy, especially if it gaps down tomorrow at the open. That'll look like a great short. But what I was looking at, and, some people might tell me I'm crazy, but sometimes, okay? So what I was looking at is Gilead. Now, everyone knows that they have this hepatitis C drug that people take for 3 months. It's 90 days. It's like $1,000 a day, this pill, like almost $100,000 to cure yourself from hepatitis C. It had an outstanding run. An outstanding run. However, there's a lot of resistance here. And it's just looking bloody. I believe the last 30 days or so, and it's begging to drop. It's begging. But the whole thing is, it has such good stuff behind it. I mean, come on, they have a cure for hepatitis C. How many companies can say that? You know, they're just miracle workers, but they're too expensive. Their miracles too expensive. A person can't afford $100,000 who has hepatitis C, especially if they do not even own any property. You know, so it's very hard for a person that has hepatitis C to cure themselves. And I'm not, you know, first of all, the rich can afford paying $100,000 to cure themselves. Okay, middle class. You know, I think middle class struggles harder than poor class. I think the poor class lives life a little easier just because the government, you know, supports them. Where the middle class, they pretty much support themselves. So, you know, it's a little harder for the middle class to make it um, and to pay off these bills because all they do is have loans. They live on loans. Where the poor, you know, I'm not gonna say they do or they don't live on loans, but they get help. You know, they get help from the government. Okay, so I'm not sure if the government's you know, health insurance for the poor covers hepatitis C cures from Gilead Sciences. No clue. Probably not, especially not in the beginning phases. Maybe 10, 20, 30 years down the road where hepatitis C is just a fucking common flu. Excuse my language for my foul words. However, it looked like it peaked and it's tired. So I would love to call the short coming in tomorrow. So we're gonna stay tuned and we're gonna watch Gilead. What I'm gonna do is, since we have FMCC and BVN still up, I'm gonna put a Gilead over here, and we might look into the short tomorrow because this could be a very sexy downward move. Okay, and I'm gonna put FMCC back over here. And we're gonna pause it and I'll start recording first thing tomorrow and we'll take it from there. Alright, have a good evening guys, and remember this tutorial is brought to you by WorldTradingInstitute.com. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 9:28 in the morning, 2 minutes before the opening bell on October 14, 2014. Right now, I'm looking at BVN. If you noticed, our stop order was the lows of the day at 11.70, a penny below that, 11.69. However, right now it gapped up. Well, it pretty much didn't gap up, but after hours yesterday, it traded too close to 11.97, and right now, you know, spread's about a point and a half right here, 11.09 by 12.59. So we're waiting for the market to open to tighten up the spread. For FMCC, it's up an additional 7.5%. Pre-market hours, okay? We longed this at 189. We had our stop order at 210. As you can see, it didn't stop us out. It's at 15 cents higher pre-market. And right now, I'm looking at Gilead Sciences. Remember, they have a hepatitis C cure, supposedly. It's about $100,000 per individual that has hepatitis C. It's a 90-day prescription. It's about $1,000 a day for a pill. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and the reason why I'm looking at Gilead, oh, look at that. Did we get, well, we got, I'm just trying to figure out if we got out over here at 11.23, since this gap up was so big. Well, we have to see see the thing with this level 2, it doesn't say who is the ECN, and we're staying through ARCA. So I don't think it printed ARCA, tell you the truth. Nevertheless, I'm just curious. See, well, that was his gap down. So just bear with me. 1130, 1180. I see 1123 right here. Okay. See, the first print was 1123. The next print was 1180 and change. So
the following print we got filled was at 1180. Well, not even 1180. We didn't even get filled yet because it didn't hit ARCA. And we're waiting on ARCA. So we're waiting on ARCA at 1170. So we didn't get filled yet, even though there was a print of 1123, because we were staying with ARCA. So the only time will fill us with a stop order if it tackles ARCA, which had not since we entered our system through our trade through ARCA. Remember, our stop order is at 1170, and it just might take us out over here, but still, you know, it's better than getting out 1123. For Gilead, I'm looking for a possible short on Gilead, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so just waiting to see when. I apologize. This is better. Just waiting to see when we'll get out. Remember, we get our stop order is at 1169. So even though it printed 1123, it didn't print through ARCA technically. So we didn't get stopped out, which is a good thing. Who wants to get stopped out at 1123, right? So we'll see if we get our fill. Oh, and 1169, 1169, 1169, 1169, 11, and 169 print yet. There you go. Now we're filled. You see our orders. Okay, so we got stopped out 1169. Whoopee. Okay, so now I want to take a look at Gilead because I want to figure out if there's a short over here, and if there is, I want to be in it. We'll see what happens. Do apologize. I'm a little tired this morning. Didn't have my breakfast yet, so pretty tired. However, FMCC is faring our way. We just got stopped at a BVN, so you know, can't always be right. The market's up 70 points right now, 72 points, and well, that's the Dow. Nasdaq's up about 36 points, and the S&P is up 10 points. So the market is up today, as predicted. I mean, there had to be an up move before continuation of a down move, right? So maybe we'll get in short Gilead moving forward. This is ERBB, marijuana stock, hemp, marijuana stock. Okay, but look at NYEC. Look how well it's been doing. Well, this is 1 minute. Let me go to 10 minute. Okay, let me go. Let's do 10 day. Okay, so this is what NYEC been doing. Yesterday it broke its downtrend. Well, it broke its resistance because they're suing a company for patent infringement. All right, so that shot up its price and value. Let's just go daily. Get to see it better. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Gap down, it's trailing up a little bit. This is when they report news right here. And look at Freddie Mac make us that money. Okay, so FMCC is at 235 right now. We got stopped at a BVN. I'm pretty upset. It stopped us out just to go higher. But remember, the market conditions are going up. The Dow's up 85 points. You can see a 200, 300 point up move today on the Dow. All right, so let's go into Freddie Mac. Remember, there was a target price of 250, but we were going to trail it up, right? We said about 250, maybe 260. Here's 255. So this is a target price. However, it could break through. It could go to 360. But that's why we entered our position. We saw a target price of about 250, almost 2.5 times where we purchase it due to our risk-reward ratio, right? So we're taking a 30 cents risk, so we have to see at least 75 cents, right? 2.5 times, at least 75 cents. So we got it at 190, and getting out at 250 or 255 is about 65 cents. So it's close to 2.5 times. However, we could get more, but we were just basing it on if we could get it 2.5 times. All right. Now let me get out of MYEC real quick. Let's look at SodaStream, 2077. Let's look at Gilead again. Well, let's take a look at Netflix. Oh, I apologize for yawning. Let's look at Netflix real quick. Netflix should head higher today just because of its downward spiral last 2 weeks or so. Okay, so that's Netflix. Tesla would be even more interesting to watch because Tesla looks like it was going to crack. And Tesla, yeah, same thing, capped up. It seems like the whole market's headed higher today because it was oversold for the last couple of days here. This is where the Dow's at. It's about support, obviously. Let's go to the 10-minute. Let's zoom in. 3-day. Okay, maybe 10-day. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I mean, it could bounce to, like I said, maybe 16.75, 16.8 before it continues continuation of downward trend. As for Freddie Mac, it's 235 by 234 by 235. It's looking good for us. We want to see where it goes. Let's just go in 10-minute. Let's do a 5-day. And this is what it looks like right now. Our stop orders are the right place right now. It's at 210. I just want to see, maybe we'll place our stop order at the low of the day. I just want to give it some more time before we do that. And remember, we're just going to keep trailing up our stops until we get knocked out, right? So we'll see what happens. Okay, so remember we got in at 189. It's at 235 right now. So I guess that would be 45 cents or so per share if we get out right now, but we're not going to do so, even though it seems like ARC is stepping in over here, trying to push FMCC down. Wow, just so tired today. Just watching football late night. Okay, so, Monday Night Football. San Francisco 49ers won. And didn't have much enough sleep. I woke up 6:30 in the morning today, so a little tired. But should make a cup of coffee right now to wake myself. And I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to pause this in the meantime. However, remember, we got stopped out at 1169 on BVN. Well, yeah, we got printed for 1169. There was 1123 print. However, we entered our stop order through ARCA and not through any other market. Like, we could have just done a market stop market order where it'll hit any market, any ECN, and then it'll fill us. However, we did it directly through ARCA, so we're waiting to get filled only on ARCA, right? So if there's a print at 1170, 1169 on BATS or on Attain, we would not get stopped out because that order is processed through ARCA. So we would only get stopped out directly through ARCA, okay? So that's why we didn't get this crazy fill when the gap down higher, but we did get stopped out when it touched 1169 through ARCA. So that's something to give you the heads up on. Okay, and just want to see this is what BVN did today. Okay, and we're looking good. All right, so we'll get out of. All right, so we got out of BVN. Let's do the calculations. We got out at 1170. We long BVN. You know what? I can't even recall how long in BVN. So just bear with me and let me just look it up in the account. Okay, and I'll tell you what price we got long. I'm just looking for the executed transactions as we're trading it. Well, we originally got in at 1089, right? So we originally got BVN at 1089, Then we sold it at 1164. Then we got in, I believe it was 1182. I just can't find this print right now. Where are you, BVN? See, I got the first one. Okay, so. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, that's very strange. I think it's hidden. Okay. Oh, no, there it is. Alright, so we got in at 11, I believe 11, what was that? Sorry, not 11. We got in at 1208 on BVN. So we took 40 cents loss. Okay, so we took a 40 cents loss on BVN right here. Alright, and now it's obviously going our way after it stops us out. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it stops us out and, you know, go back our way, which is hurtful to traders and they really get upset. And I don't blame them, okay? But it's messed up, but it happens. You know, does it happen often? No, it doesn't. You see now it's at 1202, 1203, 1206. Oh, excuse me. So it does happen. Doesn't happen often, but you need to protect your downside. You know, this was considered a gap down. Filled its gap. There's only one print at 1123, but you know, they did it on purpose. Try to take me out, take my money. They took my money and ran. I'm pretty upset about that. Okay, the Dow's up 170 points. Let's go to Gilead. And ooh, I would say this is short here, but it's another 7 minutes left. Remember, we're trying to get in short for Gilead. I know you guys maybe not too fond of it, but with this market up move, but you know, the market's going up right now, so be probably the best time to get in short. Okay, but we still have several minutes left before this pattern ends, so let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. I gotta pour me a cup of coffee. I'm falling asleep here. I do apologize. I'll start recording real soon. We'll see where the market goes from here. Remember, we got stopped at a BVN, which was not too kosher. Overall, when we go with the percentages of how much we're up and down, when we're talking about on a per share basis, without getting out of Freddie Mac, we're talking about on a percent basis, not a per share basis. We are down roughly 56 cents per share, not excluding FMCC. However, remember, each trade you have to associate your risk, your reward. So you're not going to buy 3,000 shares. Well, you'll buy 3,000 shares of Freddie Mac, but you're not going to buy 3,000 shares of SodaStream, right? Because the risk was a lot higher. So if you was buying 3,000 shares of SodaStream and you took a $1.10 risk, you lost $3,300. But if you took a $300 risk, you lost $330. Sorry, 300 share risk. Okay, so remember, just because you're down on a percent basis doesn't mean you lost money. Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you right now. And I'm pretty sure I explained this before. Ford. We picked up 3,000 shares. It stopped us out with 6 cents. So that was minus $175, right? Let's say, you know, I'm not going to go into details. But let's say $175, okay? For BVN, we were risking, I don't know, I think it was 15 cents. But we picked up 1,500 shares, right? Because 15 cents is $150 risk on 1,500 shares. So we picked up 15 cents and we got 75 cents out of it, $750, right? So now it's a plus of $750, right? SodaStream, point $1.10 risk. We took 300 shares. We lost $330, right? BVN, we lost an additional 40 cents, right? What was our original risk? Well, we got in at 1208 and we put a stop order at 1169. So we were going to take 1,000 shares because it's 40 cents. We lost $400, right? Okay, so right now we're down 730, 830. Let's say we're down $900, excluding the 750 we made on BVN. So remember, right now we're only 25% correct of all of our trades, right? We lost on Ford. We made money on BVN. I apologize. We lost money on soda. We lost money on BVN, so we made money on BVN, we lost money on BVN. So 730, 830. So right now we're down 905. 905. But we made 750, right? So we're down 859. We're down $155. And we're only correct 25% of the time, right? But now, and we didn't include FMCC, and I just showed you, if you correct 1 out of 3 times during this trading style, oh, look at Gilead drop right here. Look at this. Look at this. We were looking for this short, couldn't get it. I was just talking out of my tuchus and explaining the risk-reward ratio, and Gilead dropped just 3 points right in front of me. Well, was it 3 points? Well, we're looking at a 102, and it's 99 and change. So, yeah, just about. Too bad. Can't get in this now, right? No chasing. If it goes to, let's say, 101, maybe 102 flat, we can short it there, but we're not going to short it with a 2-point extra risk right here, right? So it just dropped 2 and change points. This is absurd. Okay, so where was I? What was I saying? Okay, so with Freddie Mac, we profited. How much did we profit? Well, we didn't get out yet, so we can't even make that statement, right? But what kind of statement I'm going to do is we're going to put a stop order petty below today's low at 228, right? So Freddie Mac is stopped at 228. Let me just enter that order. Okay. And if you don't see where I'm entering my orders, it's because I'm recording on one screen and I have 2 screens up, and both these screens are, I believe, 27 or 28 inches, so you're only viewing one screen. But I have the other screen where I'm actually executing orders where you can't see. Okay, so, oh man, I'm pretty upset. I was talking, didn't pay attention to Gilead, and that just crapped on us. Let's just take a look at it. Okay, so yeah, you see, I was waiting for this bar, but I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to you guys, so it happens. It happens. I'm not upset. This is a learning curve for all you guys. It's a tutorial, so it's okay. So worst case scenario, it stops us out at 228, right? It's at 241, but let's say it stops us out at 228. Remember, we got it at 189, so we got 199, 209. Let's say 219. So let's say we made 30 cents on Freddie Mac, right? That's if it stops us out, we made 30 cents. Okay? If we get out here, we made 60 cents. Okay? But let's say we got out. Let's say we get stopped out, God forbid, at 209. Like I said, penny below the low of today, right? So a penny below the low. I'm sorry. Oh, you see? It's not 209, it's 229. Oh, 228. Oh, I had that right. That's right. I apologize. How did that word get 209? I think that was yesterday's stop order. 210 was yesterday's stop order. My apologies. So, we got in at 189, and we're getting out at 228. So, that's about, what? About 40 cents. Okay, so we're making about 40 cents worst case scenario if Freddie Mac goes against us, right? Even though it's a lot more now, but we want to give it a room to run because remember, we saw a target price of about 250, 255, but maybe we could get 3. Look at Gilead, my God, man. You see this? You see Gilead right here? Oh, just dropping, just dropping. We couldn't get in this. It's ridiculous. Alright, I was talking to you guys, I wasn't paying attention to this. I should have just called a short right then and there and continued making the spiel of being profitable. But that didn't happen, you know. You can't be upset. Remember, don't chase it if it went out of your way, because when you do short it, it'll start going back up. So stay away. Okay? But wow, what a drop in front of me in a matter of minutes. Okay? It's a matter of minutes. This is right now, this is going on 12 minutes. You saw it dropped 3, 4, 5, about 6 points from its high. What is this, 103? Let's see. This is a high of 102.67, and this is a low of 96.53. So 96.50, 97.50, 8.50, 9.50, 100.50, 101.50, 102.50. 6 points in a matter of 10 minutes. Okay? Now people are jumping and buying here, trying to form some type of stabilization. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. Unreal. Unreal. Okay, so where was I again before Gilead rudely interrupted me? So let's say we're up 40 cents per share. And we picked up 1,500 shares, right? Because our original risk was 30 cents. So was it 30 cents? Let's see. I believe our original risk was... let's say we picked up 1,000 shares. I can't remember our original risk. I think it was 160. Yeah, it's 1,000 shares because it was 30 cents risk, right? So if we get out now, that's an additional $400, right? So remember, we're down 155 on all of our current trades except for Freddie Mac. But if it stops us out right now, we made a $400 profit in Freddie Mac, okay? So if we made a $400 profit and we're down 155, we made about $250, $245, okay? That's our profit on all 5 trades, okay? But if we get out now, you know, we make up more. Alright, but we're not getting out now. If we get out at this price, we'll be up about $400. Okay, but we're not getting out right now. Why we're not getting out? Because we want to get stopped out, right? We don't want to get out a little, we don't want to get out at a lower price or at a current price. We want to be proven wrong. Or if it moves too much in our favor, we figure we'll have enough and we'll get out of position. Okay, so looks like Gilead's going, well, trying to head even lower right now. So we'll watch Gilead. I'll mute my mic here, and let's see the action in Gilead moving forward. Obviously, we're not shorting it because it already got out of our way. We're looking to short it. I'll show you where I was looking to short it. I was looking at it in 10 minutes, so I can tell you what. I saw this green bar and I saw a red bar here, so I said, oh, okay, if it closes up to here, if it just closes below this, we'll short it. However, it did do that, but I was talking to you guys, I wasn't paying attention, so let me zoom into today, okay? So, this was today, and up to here, you see this red bar right here? See, it did that, and here it went and collapsed, okay? So we'll see moving forward what it does. Freddie Mac's at 247, and I'm just gonna. I want to mute my mic. You know, we could actually short Gilead here and place a stop order over here, but I wouldn't do that just because it dropped 6 points in a matter of less than 15 minutes or so. So I don't want to do that. I'm not chasing here. I would like to see a rebound. If we get it, if we get the rebound, I would like to short it, but I'm not going to chase here, okay? We missed the opportunity, a 6-point opportunity. It happens, especially when you're distracted, doing whatever you're doing. In my case, I was doing a recording, explaining stuff to you in detail. But I'll pause it right here once again, and I know I stated this like 20 times, like a retarded echo. Freddie Mac's at almost 250 right now, fighting to show 250 prints. Remember, that's our original target price. We'll see what happens here. If it weakens around 250, maybe we'll exit out of position, or maybe we'll try to have him stop us out. Right now, FMCC is up an additional 15%. So remember, it's up every single day, 15, 20%, or something closes above 15%. That's good for us. We like to make money. Why not? Who doesn't? And I'm going to pause it right here. Finally, this is the very first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Zelman here once again. It's 10:12 in the morning on October 14th. It seems like we have enough with Freddie Mac. Just for you guys to remember, our target price was 250. It hit 250, then started trailing down again. It can continue to go higher. It could bounce off here, but I don't want to take that chance. I want to get out of position. Okay, I want to take my profit. We've seen a large up move from here. I believe we saw maybe 40% in total. It's time. I want to get out, and I'm getting out right here. I'm going to just try to wait for some 237 prints. You see the 237. So I'm just trying to get out of 237, and once I get out, we'll be out of this position. And there we go. You see Arca stepping in. There we go. I pretty much got filled, or most of it anyway. All right, so let's go and do the calculations. We got in at 189, and we got out at 237, right? So technically, I want to say 50 cents. Okay, but we'll say 45 cents. So we got out 45 cents with Freddie Mac. Okay, so that's 45 cents for Freddie Mac, and that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Especially a stock that's trading at 250. It could go higher. Absolutely, I'm not disagreeing, but it peaked at the 250 mark and just formed a red bar, a larger red bar than the previous green bar. So, I think it was just time to take out money off the table. You see, for Gilead right here, it's bouncing back. I just would like to see it go to maybe right around here before we claim this short. But since Freddie Mac was our last trade, I'm going to stop it right here, put this recording together, and just for you guys, I'm just going to wrap up. Remember, we lost $175, and this is going on the individual that wants to lose about $300 per trade, right? Remember, you have to go on a per-share basis, okay? So for Ford, we lost $175, okay? For BVN, we made $750. Okay, maybe we made a little more, a little less. I'm not counting a penny. Like I might be, I didn't charge a per share on one side. Like let's say it was 74 cents instead of 75. I put 75 cents. Let's say it was 77 cents. I put 75 cents. Okay, so maybe it's gonna be off by 25, maybe $50 in total. But I'm not gonna sit here and calculate by the penny over here. Okay, so I lost my concentration real quick. Okay, so on 1,000 shares of BVN, we made 75 cents, $750, right? We were risking about $300 on maybe $350 per trade. I'm just giving you the math of showing you a risk-reward ratio. Okay, every trade you risk $300, you should make at least 2.5 times. If you risk $100, you should make 2.5 times. If you risk a penny, you should make 2.5 times. Okay, doesn't mean you're going to make your 2.5 times. It just shows you where your target price should be, about 2.5 times. I apologize, but what you can do is you trail up your stop orders, and if it takes your stop order out instead of your 2.5 times, but let's say you made a quarter on the trade, and get stopped out. It's better to make something and get stopped out than to get stopped out for a loss. I hope you understand. The key to success is profitability. Okay. Now, can Freddie Mac go higher and break through 250? Yeah, it could, but will it? I'm unsure. I just saw this big red bar that was formed, and it's possible it could trade sideways at these levels, but I had enough. You know, I took my money, I made my money, I made 40 cents on the trade. That's good enough for me. Time for me to walk away and look for something else, right? So we lost $175 in Ford. We made 750 in I believe we made 750, right? So let's go to BVN real quick and let's just do daily. Okay, so we originally long around right here, I believe. Right? Was it right here? Was it this day or this day? Whatever the case may be, let's stick with 1,000 shares. We made 75 cents on 750. For what did we lose 330 on? Oh, for SodaStream we lost $330, right? If you picked up 1,000 shares and it went against you, you would have lost a lot of money, right? Because remember, it dropped $1.10, so you would have lost $1,000, $1,100. That's too extreme because you're taking a $1.10 risk. But if you picked up 300 shares and it went against you, $1.10 where your stop orders, you would have lost $330. Remember, it's a risk-reward ratio. You have to associate your risk with your reward. Okay, all right. So that's $330 we lost on SodaStream. Happens. Okay, so then we lost $400 on BVN. Damn BVN. It's at 11.95. We lost 40 cents. 1,000 shares. Well, it's less than 40 cents, but it's let's say 1,000 shares. It probably would be 750 because you're risking about $350, right? But let's say 700. Let's say 400 shares, 1,000 shares, so $400, whatever. Granted, okay. You know, I'm just worst case scenario. And then we made 40 cents on Freddie Mac, right? We had, I believe it was, let's do 1,000 shares because it's $300 risk. So let's say we made $400 on BVN, okay? So let's see how much we make. That cancels out. Okay, so 400 was both made. We made $0 over here, okay? We canceled BVNs with Freddie Mac trade, right? We made 750 on BVM before the $400 loss, but we lost 330. Let's say we lost 350 on SodaStream. So we made $400 on this trade on BVN, excluding SodaStream. But then we lost 175 in Ford, right? So altogether, we made 225. Worst case scenario. How does that look for you guys, 225? Does it look feasible? To some, yes. To others, no. I'm going to stop the recording right here. Remember, this is brought to you by World Trading.